Hi guys, and how are you? I'm back. I am. That is what killer. No, so I like. Hi people, and how are you? Good day. Bruh. How are you people? Mm. 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 I said 7 p.m. I will. I said 7 p.m. Not now. And how are you people?
Prostate Cancer UK, who we heard from earlier in the programme, comes out as guest of honour to meet both sides. We welcome you inside Wembley Stadium for the first domestic showpiece occasion of the season, the first major silverware to be won. And here we go. Let's hand you over to our commentary team. Teddy Sheringham is with us, Chris Waddle too, our football correspondent John Murray.
My
First,
uncle is
here's
there.
Ian Dennis. Well, I've got to say the site matches the atmosphere. Terrific noise inside Wembley, but as those two teams came out here, you had a wall of red and white to our right and a wall of sky blue and white to the left. As the dignitaries are just passing their way along the red carpet, shaking the hand of the two sets of players. But it was some sight here at Wembley Stadium. Ahead of this League Cup final, Arsenal against Manchester City, on what is a perfect afternoon with the sun shining brightly, a clear sky. It is a little bit nippy, but what do you expect in February? But certainly inside this stadium is very much looking forward to this Carabao Cup final, and we're glad to be company on BC Radio 5 Live. As now we will get ready for the national anthem here at Wembley Stadium.
No.
That was Farrell Smith. I do wonder if in 31 years' time she's in a commentary booth and somebody happens to walk along and ask for a signed photo of a CD or whatever they produce these days, because that's what's just happened to Chris Waddle, who 87 was a busy year here at Wembley as a runner-up in the FA Cup final. He reached the last four in the League Cup that year, of course, a top 20 hit along with Mr.
Called goodbye, which was quite fit because we disappeared after that.
Well, I hope you're not going to go anywhere this afternoon as we look forward to the game. Arsenal have made 7 changes from the Europa League tie against Ostersunds on Thursday. Simmers and Wilshere are the 4 who keep their place in the side. Spina's in goal, a back 3 of Chambers, Koscielny and Mustafi. Bayer in right wing back, left wing back Monreal. And then you got Xhaka, Wilshere, Ramsey and Ozil behind Aubameyang. As for Manchester City, they of course are also coming into this cup final on the back of an upset, losing to Wigan on Monday night. 4 changes: Otamendi for Laporte, Kompany for Stones, Walker for...
I'm watching it. I'm watching it right now. Oh. Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
Arsenal
I can't.
má za sebou fiasko v Evropské lize. Sice postoupil, ale prohrát na Emirates Stadium s Estersundem, s trpaslíkem, největším outsiderem té vyřazovací části, to bylo velké překvapení. A výkon jeho hodný, tak by nikdo neřekl asi ani popel, ale ten výkon hrůzostrašný. Oproti tomu Manchester City skončil v FA Cupu opět. Můžete si ten zápas možnost komentovat, můžeš nám němu říct více. Ano, Manchester City nastupoval v pozici jasného favorita, ale tam sa ukázala, ako ty hovoríš, tá nočná mora. Poďme ale k zostavám. Arsenal, ten je tvoj. V brance nastoupí David Ospina. Dle očekávání Petr Čech bude jenom na střídačce. Sestava Arsenalu jinak dá se říct v tom nejsilnějším, v čem může nastoupit. Obraná trojice, Koscielny, Mustafi, Chambers zleva. Dále vepředu Monreal, Xhaka, Ramsey a Bellerin. Před...
Oh, how much? No, I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay. What life? Don't know. I can't say. I can't say. I can't say. It's 0-0. Like. Come on, boys. I can't say.
Yes, with a better side again, played up at the Etihad earlier this campaign, but I don't really think that Arsenal turned up that day. In the first half in particular, I thought we didn't do ourselves justice. Second period, much better.
I agree with that. I think we made some sloppy mistakes. Interesting reading Adrian, or watching Adrian's breakdown ahead of this game, and talking about giving the ball away cheaply, getting ahead of the ball too much. He's completely right, and that's where we fell apart at the Etihad.
Same.
We can't do that today. We've got to be very measured when we go forward. We can't have Bellerin charging up the right wing with no one in behind him. So we've got to take our chances, pick and choose our chances when we do go forward, and of course be absolutely solid at the back. The blueprint, City last season. Can we do that again?
Studio@arsenal.co.uk.
Millwall at Wembley.
On today's game, we will pass on thoughts over the course of the fixture where we can. Crackling atmosphere. Wembley always is. It's a terrific football stadium, much maligned when it reopened from the old Wembley, but they really do us proud. The grand old home of English football, or new home you might call it now. Sané looks to come forward here for Manchester City, gets a bit of a lucky bounce against Aaron Ramsey, drives to the byline, tries to get the cross in, and it's a good block eventually by the Welshman, and it's out for a Manchester City corner.
That's a huge battle, Sané against Bellerin, and Sané had the better of that first challenge. Just showed a bit too much strength for Hector, and City have the first corner of the game. They've started positively. Sané keeping very, very wide on the left, giving City that natural width.
Let's see what Manchester City can do from the corner. David Silva's going to curl this one in towards the far post, and it's going to be pushed away by Hector Bellerin, who finds himself in the left-back position. Now it's with Walker, chips it inside the penalty area. Might fall for Sané here! It's a really good block as well. This time from Ramsey, was it? The ball spins out of play once again for another corner on that left-hand side.
Ramsey Sané has taken a bit of a knock to one of his left foot, covered in orange boots. But City starting more. Sané right in the thick of it.
Short corner, De Bruyne to the left-hand side once again. Danilo looks to get the cross in. It's going to come all the way over to this near side. Otamendi can't keep it in play, and it will be a throw into Arsenal. Really important that they're going to settle here. Are you surprised that we've gone back to a back three or a back five?
I'm only surprised because it feels like Arsene Wenger had kind of bid farewell to that system. He seems to be happy with it. Always been a back four man, of course. Having said that, the policy worked last year at Wembley in the big games. You think about the Spurs game at home this season as well. He has played with that back three, with Hector giving a bit of licence on the right and Nacho Monreal on the left. So not hugely surprised. Ultimately, though, it's how we defend as a team. And those large ditch blocks, which we saw in the cup final against Chelsea, just saw one from Ramsey there. It's to be about that today. We need a little bit of luck. It's to get bodies behind the ball and get those blocks in.
Otamendi will knock it all the way back towards Bravo. Many felt he was at fault for the Wigan goal scored by Will Grigg, of course, on Monday night to see Manchester City knocked out of the FA Cup. The quadruple is not on. The treble, I guess, might be, but obviously Arsenal stand in their way today. We know that the Gunners are more than capable here. Be interesting to see how Arsenal cope with not having more possession. Usually we outstrip our opponents when it comes to possessing the football, but Manchester City so good when they have the ball at their feet. But what will they do with it, and can Arsenal stand firm? And you just wonder what Arsene Wenger has worked on over the course of this game. I'm sure he would have looked back at that semi-final from last year as well. Well, we rode our luck a little, we've got to admit that, but we were still good enough on the day.
And it's about staying compact. Just looking at the way Arsenal was set up, Jack Wilshere's playing slightly to the left, but he's tucking inside to make it a midfield three, with Xhaka in the middle and Ramsey there, just to Xhaka's right.
Manchester City with De Bruyne. Right-hand side is Walker up against Nacho Monreal. Now it's with De Bruyne once again. Back in field by Fernandinho, looking for Gundogan. Short for Silva. Gundogan has it once again. Looks to try and play forward to De Bruyne, but Xhaka is in the way, and now it's with Jack Wilshere, who's shoved over by De Bruyne. That's going to be a free kick.
I think that's where Jack's going to be a real asset today. He's playing slightly out of position, just slightly to the left of that central two, but he keeps the ball well. He hoards the ball, and you think about Santi Cazorla, the kind of players who keep the ball for us and have that bit of insurance in possession. There aren't that many players in Arsenal's midfield who keep the ball that well. So I think Jack being in the side is a real plus from that point of view. is Vincent Kompany for Manchester City and for John Stones today, incidentally. And then Walker gets on his bike and looks to show some pace. And he hits quick, and then Nacho Monreal comes across. And, well, there's a collision between the two. The assistant on this near side has given it in Manchester City's favour. Jack Wilshere is suggesting that the two players are just going for the ball there. Well, that's Manchester City that get the nod. And once again, it will be Kevin De Bruyne here who will potentially look to get something going for Pep Guardiola's side. He has been terrific, hasn't he, this season? Player of the Year elect potentially. There's not been too many better, Chris, over the Premier League campaign, certainly.
He's wonderful, and he's one of those players in the City side which is maturing as well. He's getting better and better. And that's why City, although we beat them last season, they're a better side this season.
This is Kompany, and now it's with Otamendi. Otamendi comes forward to the left-hand side, and Danilo, resplendent in orange boots as a number of players are on both sides. Danilo has it once again, scored a terrific goal against Burnley in the Premier League recently. Manchester City with Walker, short for De Bruyne. De Bruyne prods it forward towards Walker again. Monreal is in the way. Now it's with Mustafi. Here is Granit Xhaka, but Sane and Fernandinho managed to win it back. Now, edge of the area. Aguero looking to try and get the shot off here. Still going forward inside the box. It ricochets around. Away for a throw into Manchester City.
Rule number one, don't give the ball away in dangerous positions. Jack has just done that. That's what City with a half chance there. Got to stop doing that.
Fernandinho back towards Kompany. Now it's with Gundogan. As Ramsey slides in, Gundogan will play the ball back towards Otamendi. Eventually he's gone to the left-hand side where Danilo is stationed. Infield towards Gundogan. The chip over the top towards De Bruyne, who'll control inside the box, left-hand side. De Bruyne has possession. Now it's with David Silva. Mustafi is across. De Bruyne again. Three inside the box. Takes the touch, whips in a low left-footed cross, but that's comfortable for David Ospina.
Yeah, it's all City, isn't it? The pattern has been set. City on the ball a lot. Great movement. Good tempo in their passing. Arsenal just trying to keep their shape. Keep them away from the danger area. We get the ball. We need to spring forward. Aubameyang hasn't been in the game yet. That's not a surprise.
Long by David Ospina towards Jack Wilshere. He's got a little bit of space here for Arsenal. Wilshere breaking forward, tries to play through towards Aubameyang. Might go himself. It falls to Ramsey. Right-hand side here is Ilson to get the shot away. It'll fall for Aubameyang. Must score! Oh no, he doesn't. Bravo somehow manages to pounce on that inside the 6-yard box. How on earth did that not go in?
Come on!
Incredible. What a challenge right at the last ditch there on Aubameyang. I think possibly his first or second touch of the game. But it's a ball across the 6-yard box. You just put money on him to tuck it away. I think he got challenged right at the last moment, right as he went to put it on the keeper. It's definitely onside. Yeah, great challenge. Great challenge, and then City get lucky with a ricochet.
That's a terrific challenge, as it was Walker that was coming back to get the nick in. Aubameyang just unable to do something. Aguero, meanwhile, hits the side netting at the other end as the ball came through. The flag stayed down on that occasion as Aguero looked to muscle his way inside the box, but the angle was ever diminishing and tight in the first place.
We talked about Jack holding on to the ball. He held on to the ball for ages to get past one or two City challenges there. A couple of lucky bounces. But we just sprang defence into attack very, very quickly there, going back to the Aubameyang chance. That's really where we could profit today, those little breakaways.
German Cup winner, French Cup winner as well, with Saint-Etienne, scored in a couple of German Cup finals, 1-1-1 lost. Here is Wilshere, skips away from Gundogan. Still Jack Wilshere is having some impact in the early exchanges as far as Arsenal are concerned. And the Gunners have just settled now after an early onslaught from Manchester City. This is Koscielny, now it's with Wilshere. Looks to play through here for Ramsey. Ramsey tries to get to the byline. The sliding challenge comes in on this occasion from Vincent Kompany. The ball goes out of play for an Arsenal corner.
No, you're right, Dan. With 9 minutes in, we have settled down. Jack has been at the heart of that. Good ball retention there. Good pass through to Ramsey. And strength from Ramsey to win this corner for Arsenal.
So Xhaka will take, left-hand side will be an outswinger, left-footed. Gunners personnel have loaded up just on the edge of the penalty area, most of them far post as Xhaka will swing it in. Long, too long. Rush of blood to the foot from Granit. That's nearly gone out of play. It's just about kept in, but unfortunately Arsenal can't keep possession and the ball goes out for a City throw.
Yeah, it's like one of those plastic balls. That was just like
garage ball.
Garage ball went miles over everyone's head.
Manchester City have a throw. Sorry, Chris.
I was going to say set pieces really is another area where we can probably hurt City, but that delivery's got to be spot on. You're going to get men up from the back, Koscielny, Monreal, Mustafi, all capable of getting on the end of those if they're delivered correctly.
Come on, boys.
Surely just an anomaly that Arsenal haven't won this competition under Arsene Wenger. There's some curious finals with Arsenal involved over the years. One that I'd completely forgotten about was the defeat to Leeds in the 60s. Then, of course, the debacle against Swindon and Luton. We haven't had it in modern times. Birmingham, of course. But we have won it on a couple of occasions as well. Charlie Nicholas, terrific against Liverpool, an all-confident Liverpool side back in the mid-late 80s. And, of course, the 93 vintage, which was cooking extraordinaire, having won the FA Cup a few months there, of course, but
yeah, we saw David O'Leary just down on the touchline before the game. 25 years since he was part of that League Cup winning team. Robert Pires down there as well, he knows the little goals.
Gundogan, now it's with Walker on the right-hand side. Walker knocks it back here to Fernandinho and eventually to Otamendi. Arsenal defending well, good shape also, very much 5-4-1 when Arsenal haven't got back at 4 and they sit deep and make it difficult for Manchester City to try and pick through them. Is this the blueprint to beat Manchester City, I wonder? There is Walker, still all about taking your chances at the other end. Of course, you can be defensive all you like, but you've still got to do something at some stage in the game to win it.
And Mesut Ozil has a role to play there too. He's part of that 5-4-1 on the right-hand side. And Jack to the left, as we've said. Mesut needs to give that back up to Hector Bellerin when he needs it.
Jack Wilshere has possession now. Mesut Ozil with a layoff. Xhaka plays it over to the right-hand side, but it's a little off from the Swiss. Aubameyang had moved to the right, but it was behind him.
Nice idea.
What people?
For Aubameyang's feet, and Hector was up there too, just in support. There's a few glimpses of potential here in this Arsenal performance, though, Dan.
Yeah, there is. I think so far, having been put back inside their own most penalty area, certainly final third in the opening 5 and 10. Last 2 or 3, or maybe even more than that, Gunners have been a bit better. This is speed long, and I think that could be key as well, the long punt towards Aubameyang. I'm probably doing it a disservice by calling it a punt, but a long pass from the likes of Xhaka or Ozil to go over the top, mix it up a little bit.
I think when we play it, it's a long punt.
Monreal, left-hand side. Ozil calling for it. Monreal keeps going. Headed by Fernandinho, only falls towards Ramsey. Now he's with Ozil, low ball in inside the penalty area. Oh, penalty shot! He was referee going to give here. Nothing. Well, Monreal, he went down, I couldn't quite see.
Doesn't look like a penalty. In fact, Monreal didn't claim for it. I think he just twisted his hand and fell. So fair play for him not claiming it, but it looked quite theatrical from where we're sitting.
Ozil, the ball goes down and draws the free kick. Sane with a challenge.
Interesting to see Nasser in that position as well. He was playing left wing back. He was playing centre forward there. A little turn to get past the defender. A nice little flick. Needs to see that again now. Here we go. It's just a flick with his left foot. Turns around. Company seems to take a dive, to be honest. Looks like he takes a bit of a tumble, but then he's up and he's saying no, straight away. But if he tries to land his feet, he could have been through on goal.
3 goals in his last 6 matches for Arsenal. Nacho Monreal. In comes the free kick then from Ozil, nodded away by Company. Aguero chasing this one down. Ozil is there, knocks it back towards Hector Bellerin. And all the way back towards David Ospina. I've got to admit, I've been very impressed by the way Arsenal have got back into this game. Because first 5 or 6 minutes, City flew at the Gunners, but the Gunners have settled and have just started to cause 1 or 2 issues to the City backline.
Yeah, that's right. City did come up very, very quickly. Before Arsenal really got to grips with how they wanted to play the game, I think the movement's so good with City, you don't know who you're picking up straight away. You know, Sané's over there, suddenly tucks inside, Aguero's all across the front line, David Silva, of course, drifts in and out.
I think that is key. That's exactly how City play. You're never quite sure who's going to be the runner, who's going to be in those advanced positions. We've seen De Bruyne pop left and right, Sané's stuck to the left pretty much, but Aguero's dropped a little bit deep, getting in some better positions. Here is Aaron Ramsey. Arsenal are holding their own at the moment. Also, they've had one really good opportunity with Aubameyang that has been missed. Here is Xhaka, turns away from Aguero, now it's with Jack Wilshere. Wilshere to the left-hand side and Nacho Monreal. Monreal looks to turn away from the City defence. Walker sticks to his guns. Koscielny back towards Shkodran Mustafi. And Mustafi looks to knock it long to the right-hand side and hit about it. The ball's going to bounce out of play, unfortunately. It's a nice idea, execution just a little off.
Nice idea, and getting that pace in behind, just looking for the punt, as you called it, but the long ball, the long pass. And that, you're right, that is a weapon. Aubameyang's pace over the top. I think Kompany's not as quick as he used to be. Otamendi's not the quickest. I think there's definitely something to be said for a slightly more direct approach.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be interested to see what David Hillier's got to say about that back at base, because all too often we saw against Östersunds in midweek, Arsenal were trying to play the ball out, trying to play the short passes on their edge of their own penalty area. And the move broke down and Östersunds was suddenly on the front foot again, and sometimes you think just a long pass forward can alleviate pressure, and if it's a good one, might even set Arsenal on the attack. Here is David Silva, De Bruyne to the right-hand side. And then De Bruyne with a ball pass back towards David Silva. It's out of play.
They can do it too. They're only human.
I mean, City have been talked about. We live in a world at the moment where everything is overhyped, and we're talked about, the start of the century, well,
we live in a world these days.
Yeah, but
not like the old days.
Hang on one second, though. We can be as guilty as anybody else, but sometimes you haven't won anything yet. So we're talking about the Invincibles here, and I said to you, I said it right in the autumn, saying that Manchester City will not go the league season without suffering defeat. What Arsenal did in that 03-04 year,
You missed nothing.
probably never be repeated. People don't understand how special it was.
It's incredibly difficult. And Arsenal drew a lot of games. They got out of trouble a lot of times in that season. City, the league's more competitive now. There's bigger, tougher games. Even the teams at the bottom half of the table can really test you.
Ball is in the arms of Claudio Bravo. We've got an issue with City playing for. It's going to be a free kick to Arsenal, is it? I'm not quite sure what our referee is pulling play back for.
Well, that monitor showing Nacho Monreal as well, just grimacing, holding his back. Hopefully he's going to be okay. He's been right in the thick of it in this first 17 minutes or so.
Good game for the neutral so far, even though we've had no goals, and a good game for Arsenal, I would suggest as well, because the Gunners are more than up for this. Ozil and Xhaka standing over this, look to block Manchester City's downfall, and he comes, and it's towards this near side, but it's Callum Chambers or Shkodran Mustafi racing full, trying to get on the end of it, but the ankle's a little off.
Yeah, I wonder if Xhaka's overhit that one as well. His radar's not quite on at the moment.
Bravo punts it long. Aguero and Mustafi. Oh, Aguero's got free down the centre here. This is Sergio Aguero! Manchester City have the lead. Well, Shkodran Mustafi is absolutely furious here because he believed that he was shocked. Now then, Manchester City have gone off to celebrate the finish because it was a terrific finish. And I just wonder what the referee is going to do here.
Mustafi's incredulous. He felt a big push in his back as he went for that ball. And Aguero spun away from him, gone through. It's a lovely finish, you're right. It's a long ball from the back.
It is a goal. It has been given, I think, even though they do check everything with video review. But, I mean, how much of a shock was there, Chris, do you think?
He stood his ground, Aguero, so Mustafi's backing towards his own goal. Aguero stood his ground, then he's bounced off Aguero. So it wasn't a push as such, it's more of a check, I suppose. Lovely finish. The speed is out of his goal, can't do anything about that. That's City. He's lent it to him with his arm. Mustafi's got caught under the ball a bit there. There's a part of that. I've got to mention that too. Wasn't quite in the right position to win there. Had to backtrack a fair bit. Couldn't backtrack as far as he wanted because of Aguero being in the way.
Well, Sergio Aguero takes his chance brilliantly. Shkodran Mustafi not happy at all. The bottom line is Manchester City lead by a goal to nil. And they have it again with Sane here. Ramsey picks his pocket, but illegally according to the referee.
What do you think, Dan? Showing the replay, didn't look as bad.
No, he didn't. He did. I'm with you on that one. He didn't. And as you say, his positioning isn't great.
I don't know why he's ahead of Aguero. I don't know why he's not deeper than Aguero when the ball's coming in. That's a bit odd. If you look at the starting position, you have to wonder why he's not goal side. He's paid a big price for that. Was there a foul? Arsene Wenger's going to say there was. Guardiola's going to say there wasn't. You can see it both ways.
Manchester City have the advantage here by a goal to nil. They have struck early, and Sergio Aguero with a 30th goal of the campaign. It's his third in this competition. To think that when Gabriel Jesus turned up at Manchester City, there was a suggestion that Aguero might be on his way. Jesus has had two relatively serious injuries and has given an opportunity to Aguero, and boy has Aguero taken it. He has been sensational this season and last. It's much trotted out that he's never made a PFA Team of the Year, Sergio Aguero. It seems ridiculous because he's been a mainstay for City.
Who's kept him out of that team?
I presume the likes of Harry Kane. I don't know. It seems ridiculous. He's a fantastic striker. So, Arsenal have got it all to do here. We knew it was going to be difficult.
Remember there was talk when Alexis was first being linked with City, way back when, of a potential swap deal with Aguero, maybe just paper talk, but I don't know, I was thinking, always take Aguero if we're going to lose someone like Alexis. So he's still got it, hasn't he?
Here is Mustafi in trouble, manages to find Callum Chambers. Chambers will have to stretch, but does well to find Hector Bellerin. Ozil's on the move over on the right-hand side. It's gone central and there's nobody there. Company's header is poor. It's gone straight to Jack Wilshere. Wilshere, left-hand side, looks to jink away from Aguero, and Aguero takes him down. Chance here.
Jack's really good at that, isn't he? He's a standing start, and he suddenly finds that little burst to get past someone. Draws the foul. Ends up on the ground.
That's just what he does.
Always ends up on the ground.
It's just what he does.
Definite body check.
Keith from Shorterleg in Ecuador says, good hot afternoon from Shorterleg to a cold look. The game's on to City looking good, but our boys are backing them down slowly. This was before the goal. Keith reckoning that Arsenal will win by 2 goals to nil, but obviously not anymore. We'll say that's 2-1 for you, Keith. Keep the emails coming in, studio@arsenal.co.uk. Let's see what Arsenal can do from the free kick then.
Ramsey, isn't it? Ramsey's going to try this one.
Ramsey with a right boot, Xhaka with a left. Surprised that Ozil is not having a look at this one. But Ramsey does fancy it. See what he can do. He's through the wall and into the arms of Thadio Bravo. Wall did not do his job.
No, on target. Frustrating, isn't it? Because Arsenal were very much in this game.
Meanwhile, Bellerin's in trouble here. It's going to be a yellow card to Hector Bellerin after holding down Kevin De Bruyne, who looked to have first drop on him as they tussle for possession over on the City left flank, the Arsenal right side.
Got past him again. It's not quite goal side. I'd love to see the starting position of Mustafi for the goal. I really would. I mean, I'm sure Adrian will pick it up in the breakdown. We should be with you on Monday. But just I want to go back to the start of that move and see where he started and whether he could have been in a better position. And Hector there again, he's been caught under the ball. He's been spun. He's conceded a free kick and a yellow card. The direct pass is done for us, really. We talked about it being a weapon for Arsenal. It's been a weapon for City.
Davidson with a free kick. It's towards Otamendi. It's cleared away. Back towards David Silva. City will try again from the halfway line with Kyle Walker. Walker takes the touch. Now it's back with Anson Kompany. Eventually to the left-hand side, and Danilo. Otamendi. Aguero's peeled away to the right-hand side here, looking across the line. John Monreal just takes a glance across to where the Argentine is.
They always make you think, don't they? As a defender, you're always, where's my man?
forward through the centre. Ospina is there. It's an 8th goal for Aguero against Arsenal in his career. Aubameyang like he was coming back from an offside position, but play continues, and Ramsey has it at the moment. Aubameyang is going to race forward on the left here. The flag has stayed down. Can he keep it in play? Yes, he can. But a covering defender in the shape of Walker, and then Wilshere is flat. The ball goes out for, and Arsenal throws it. Came off Gundogan. I see a change here. Oh dear, Nacho Monreal, is it that's going to have to come off? And it's Kolasinac coming on.
Maybe this is the back problem, but he was holding his back earlier on. Not sure when the damage was done. But yeah, Monreal on straight swap. Kolasinac gives us something in an attacking sense. Does take a little bit of pace away from that back line though.
Well, he scored at Wembley, of course, in the Community Shield against Chelsea. Of course, he scored in midweek against Ostersund as well. Scored in his first Arsenal appearance, and currently his last. Obviously, he's been introduced here. Let's see what he can do. Well, Arsene Wenger has suggested he's more comfortable in a back five, if you like, or when Arsenal play a back three.
Yeah, I don't think he's got the pace to play left back, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles has been preferred in that role, I think, when it's only four on the back.
Long from Chambers towards Aubameyang. Company is there, and then he bounces through to this near side where Kyle Walker will take a touch. Gundogan. Ball drifts out of play.
Thanks.
So Arsenal trail here by 1-0. One or two emails have filled in since the opening studio at arsenal.co.uk. Glad that you're tuning in to us here on Arsenal Player on a cold Sunday at Wembley.
I'm not saying that my friends are the authority in all things Arsenal, but the word from them is that it really was Mustafi's fault for that goal. He was out of position. Just to see what our listeners feel, because we've only seen the replays once or twice. Was the consensus, everyone, was that a Mustafi mistake or a foul?
Kolasinac with a header, but Company is there, and then Wall will turn it on. Kolasinac once again, just a bit of a lull on the pitch really at the minute. Wilshere, Kolasinac tries to knock it forward towards Ramsey. He's going to go back towards Bravo. Aubameyang's on it very quickly, but Bravo will punt it long towards Aguero. Aguero flicks it on, then slips, and it goes through towards Mustafi. Mark from Munich says we can do this if we keep our heads up. Need Jack and Aaron to keep rallying the troops. 2-1 for the Gunners.
Well, we trailed to an Aguero goal in the semi-final last season, of course, so I'll be clinging on to that one for most of the rest of this game.
Nina's been on. She says, bet you have no idea what it's like being married to a smug Spurs supporter. Just today after a lunchtime game, Arsenal already a 1-0 down. Has been the whole season just fighting for something and never achieving quite the worst season I've known for many years. Can't even face watching Nina.
Nina, you married a Spurs fan. That's the headline there, isn't it?
There's the first mistake. Was Mustafi's the second.
He probably wasn't smug when they got married. His Spurs weren't as good. That's probably what happened.
Nina was all smiles on wedding day, I'm sure. I'm sure he was.
I'll marry a Spurs fan because they're never going to be as good as us. I'm sure he's lovely.
Jack has been penalised for a foul here just inside the centre circle, and it will be a free kick to Manchester City, which Fernandinho will take. And Jules is going to go, oh lads, what a shame. It's all looking so promising. I think the whole road here, him screaming at Ober's near goal. This is Sane, left-hand side for Manchester, coming forward inside the penalty area, gets to the byline, looks to pull it back, deflected away for a corner.
Great pace and trickery from Sane. What a season he's had. And yeah, just going back to the Ober chance, well, it was an Ober chance, but Walker took it away from him, so a wonderful piece of defensive work from him. Former Spurs player, of course. That was 1-0, wasn't it? 1-0 written all over it.
Still plenty of time, Jules adds. 2-1 to the Gunners, her prediction. Company's header is over the crossbar, get half a yard on Koscielny there, and Company uses his considerable height and weight to just get in front. And it's out for a goal kick. Jared from Texas says, good morning, great commentary as ever, hoping for a comeback. Mustafi didn't foul Aguero, but the boys need to put that behind them, hoping for a 2-goal comeback show by Oba. Sad for Monreal, hope his luck changes. He has been struggling a little bit this season, hasn't he? Thanks for the email. Jared, studio@arsenal.co.uk. What do the boys need to do to turn this around? Otamendi knocks it long. That's a bit industrial from Manchester City. Chambers knocks it back in similar fashion. The ball is not on the deck just yet. And then Chambers takes control for a second time, launches it long towards Aubameyang, who might be in here. Aubameyang looks for Wilshere on the volley, just couldn't get there. Good block from Manchester City, and Walker coming in. And it will be a goal kick, will it? Oh, it's got to be a corner. It's just a goal kick.
I can't believe that. Way down the other end, in fairness. We're level with the 18-yard box. The goal Ospina is defending. Oh, that's a corner. It's a corner. Another good challenge from Walker.
He's a terrific defender. See what Arsenal can do here as Ramsey wins it back. Sloppy from Gundogan and sloppy from Ramsey as he can't find Wilshere. Company was there. Now it's with Walker. He just whacks it into the shin.
Go.
Kolasinac.
Go, your mouth.
Jack really putting himself about. Really,
He's had a decent game so far.
I remember 6 years ago, was it 7 years ago, when we sat pretty much in this position for the Birmingham final. Jack in tears on the pitch.
Now then, Silva's been caught here. It was a high challenge from Ramsey. It was accidental, but David Silva has been caught.
Yeah, Ramsey's gone straight over to him to see if he's all right, but that didn't look like he clipped him.
Hey.
Yeah, just saying about Jack.
Has he got a yellow card there?
I don't think so, is it? Well, the ref is writing something down.
It is a yellow card. It's a yellow card for I think that's just at least just. I suppose the argument is you're not in control.
I don't think he.
He was high.
I don't think he saw Silva coming there. I think he was looking to control the ball.
Yeah, but that's the argument, isn't it? You should be aware of your immediate environment.
I've never got my foot that high to be able to damage anyone.
Neither have I. He's gone into the book, Aaron Ramsey.
Yeah, sorry, I keep trying to make this point about Jack, and he was just crestfallen, wasn't he, after that 2011 Cup final? That was meant to be the one which ended the trophy drought after it would have been 6 years at that point. I think we can quite believe what we saw here in the press box at Wembley. Koscielny and Szczesny, of course, the mix-up.
It really was. This is Mustafi up against De Bruyne. Mustafi does well against the Belgian. And then Ospina will hopefully put the laces through. It doesn't get that much distance on it, and Fernandinho will win it initially. And then Mustafi whacks it forward. And it's gone out of play for a throw into Manchester City, would, for me, have just restored their control over the game since that goal.
Can I just praise you for your professionalism? Everyone can see you on the screen sneezing there, but Dan did turn his mic off, so he didn't have to listen to that sneeze, which would have sounded terrible. So hats off. That's why he's paid the big bucks.
David Silva.
You are paid the big bucks, right?
Gundogan. You saw the invoices out, Chris. Here is Sane left-hand side.
You keep adding zeros.
Ricochets around, cleared away by Mustafi. Otamendi is there. But I think what we did see in the opening 15 minutes, City, can be got at. Arsenal made some good chances, one in particular.
Yeah, this isn't a one-sided game.
No.
I think the problem is that they're such great front runners, City. There's a stat I think they've scored. They've won 20 of the 21 games in which they've scored first. I think that's right in the Premier League this season. And you can see why they get the goal when they've got that pace on the break. And once you start gambling and pushing men forward, they can pick you off quite easily. So we've got to get that balance right even more now between attacking and defending. But we look like there is a way through this City side.
David Silva coming forward here for Manchester City. Plays it to the right-hand side where Sergio Aguero is lurking up against Kolasinac. Kolasinac is tigerish to his man, but Walker and Aguero between them will work an opening, and then Walker goes down. He knew that was coming and wins a free kick.
Yeah, sadly needs to calm down a little bit because he almost got booked there for standing too close to the free kick.
What an opportunity it is for him though today against Manchester City. He's come on because So this is the type of game that he can now, if he plays well, he can look to the boss and say, look, I've got to be still in your plans.
Yeah, I think it's his first season. I think we shouldn't be judging him. He was the tank. He was awesome at the start of the season, wasn't he? Everyone loved him. He's dropped off a bit since then.
Here comes a free kick. De Bruyne, and the header from Aguero flashes over. In fact, it was Otamendi, I beg your pardon, flashed over.
Okay, Kolasinac has struggled since then. I think that's perfectly normal in your first season.
Let's see what the Gunners can do here. This is Ospina. Again, has to go long under pressure from Aguero. It's high to the right-hand side. Bailey beaten in the air by Danilo. David Silva inside the penalty area. Good work here from Shkodran Mustafi, who read the danger, came across and then thumps it long. Looks towards Aubameyang. Aubameyang can't get there. It's cleared and then it's long towards Aubameyang again. He might be in the fight. Stays down. Can he get first drop? Penalty area. Company show real good strength and experience just to get there ahead of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He hasn't got too much pace anymore, but he's got an awful lot of nous, I think, hasn't he, Vincent Kompany?
Yeah, he had just enough of a head start there to get a shot across and make the challenge. That's exactly the kind of run Aubameyang will make, and if we can find him in behind. May lurk that way. That's a nasty one on Jack.
That is Kompany on Wilshere, and that's a yellow card all day long.
Kompany's done there, he's pulled Jack Wilshere up.
Was it Kompany or Fernandinho?
Fernandinho, yeah, number 25.
Fernandinho, sorry.
But Jack drawing a lot of fouls.
That's a nasty one. It's on the side of the calf. Just gets there ahead of Fernandinho. We say it all the time, and I bet Jack's black and blue after every single game he plays. It's the style of football, as we know.
Good delivery now, nothing over here.
Left-hand side, just around about 8-9 yards from the angle of the penalty area. Xhaka curls it in, it's towards the back post, it evades everyone.
It's over here again.
White. Oh, it's a little bit better, but not that much. Mark says Mustafi's mistake, going back to whether it was his mistake, you guys have seen it more than us. We need to hold our line, strike quickly. He says it's -9, Mark's in Munich, I think, with the wind chill of -15. The dog continue as we were 10 minutes ago. Go for it, Jack, says Mark in Munich. Studio@arsenal.co.uk. Send us your thoughts on this first half, in which we've got 8 minutes remaining. Another Arsenal player down, Mesut Ozil has been clattered into this time. Not seen that much of Mesut Ozil. I mean, not the only one who's been a little quiet in this first half, but I think Jack has put a shift in. We've seen Ramsey, we've seen a little bit of Aubameyang. Obviously he's playing in a different performance. Need Mesut to step up a little bit.
Can't argue with the tenacity, can't argue with the endeavour. You can argue with the quality of the delivery from these set pieces.
Well, he's going to have another go here, Granit Xhaka. What can he do this time around? He's had 3 sighters, they've all been way off. Dinked inside the box this time towards Koscielny, or towards Mustafi rather. He's going to go out, is he? No, he's cleared away. That was better. And then Bellerin will force it back towards the halfway line. Fernandinho away. Jack Wilshere has it again. David Silva into Jack Wilshere. Wilshere goes down. City will clear. Koscielny jumping with Aguero. Ball out of play for a Manchester City throw.
Yeah, the spirit's there, isn't it, Dan? Can't argue with that.
I don't think it's been the worst performance from Arsenal.
This is one mistake. You put it down as a mistake.
Again, it was a diagonal ball over the top of the defence.
Terrible throw from Ospina.
City coming back at Arsenal once again.
Yeah, but look, that's giving the ball away carelessly, isn't it? You can't do that.
Fernandinho towards Aguero. That's overhit by Fernandinho. That's easy for David Ospina. Now it's with Callum Chambers over on that right-hand side for Arsenal. Chambers through towards Xhaka. Xhaka's touch a little heavy. Brought down. No, says the referee. Play on. Mustafi's committed himself. Aguero might be in again. Inside the penalty area, still going forward. Looks to chip in across the face of the 6-yard box. Cleared away. De Bruyne shot, side netting.
Oh, damn. Xhaka's given it away again, isn't he? He's given it away in his first touch. It's just that. You can't do that again. against City. That could easily be 2-0. And all because you're giving the ball away in their own half. I don't want Arsenal to be agricultural. I don't want them to be thrashing the ball forwards, but can't take chances.
This is what we saw against Ostersund, I thought, in the second half in particular, or towards the end of the second half. And Arsenal just couldn't get a hold of the ball, and we were trying to play it out from the back, and we were just unable to do so for whatever reason. This is Mesut Ozil on the left-hand side. He's got Kolasinac in support if required. Ozil still has it. Kolasinac goes inside the penalty area, still going, but a heavy touch from Kolasinac. He was under a bit of pressure, but he needs to do better.
That was more of a tackle. Good run though. Good ball inside the fullback from Mesut.
He's got a bit of pace about him. He's, pace over 5 or 10 yards, I think, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's a good point.
If he can get a running start on Walker, he can beat him. Aubameyang might be in here after a poor ball back towards Gundogan, but City escape. Bravo has it.
There's the little flashes, isn't there? Little flashes that Arsenal.
There is hope in this game.
Yeah. Kolasinac there, a good touch there, could have put him in. Aubameyang's getting bits and pieces, not quite getting the full-on chance that his running deserves. Jack Wilshere, the thick of it, left, right, centre in the midfield. No need to give up hope.
Well, he's out of play. It's a poor pass from Otamendi.
Terrible pass from Otamendi, you've got to call that out. It's one of the worst passes you'll see. Straight out to play under no pressure at all.
So City won this competition. The previous manager, of course. Pep Guardiola yet to win any silverware for Manchester City, but 21 major honours this time at Barcelona and Bayern, including cups galore. This is Wilshere. Now it's with Ramsey. Wilshere's gone down again. Was it Fernandinho that made the challenge? Now then, what's the referee going to do here? Let's have another look at that. Wilshere has gone down. Yes, there was an advantage to allow play to continue. Was it Fernandinho again? Because he's on a yellow card.
Let's have a look at that again, because it looks like a terrible challenge. Jack can't believe it. The refs played advantage, but I think if you play the advantage, you've got to go back and penalise the man, whether or not you give a free kick. Jack is in the referee's ear. Here it is again. He wins the ball yet to ahead of Fernandinho. I don't think there's anything too malicious in that. Treads on Jack's foot.
Well, Fernandinho is walking a tightrope. He's in the book. It probably wasn't a yellow card offence, as Chris has explained. However, persistent fouling might get you another, and therefore a red. We'll watch with interest, obviously. 2.5 minutes to go until half-time here. Manchester City lead Arsenal by a goal to nil. Sergio Aguero, the 8th goal against Arsenal in Manchester City colours, the difference between the two sides.
I think at the bench, Iwobi, Welbeck, Maitland-Niles, and Mertesacker.
Well, he scored it. He's scored goals at Wembley. He's played important games at Wembley. Bert's been on, says excellent broadcast. The American broadcast is unbearable. Thank you, says Bert. I think we're still very much in this game. Thanks, Bert. Well, I think we are in this game. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Glad you like what we're providing for you. You can stay across all our social media channels as well. We have plenty for you post-match. Let's hope we're talking about Arsenal winning this cup.
There's offside. Oh, I said plenty for you post-match if we win. If we lose, it might be a bit quieter. We don't tend to get so much access when we lose, and those fans don't really want to hear too much anyway.
But you can pick over the game yourself, can't you? We'll have it on Arsenal.com. You can watch the whole game on Player. You can listen to Adrian with the breakdown. We've got the podcast as well, recorded a little bit later on, I believe. So we'll have plenty of fallout one way or another. This is Sane coming forward, left-hand side. Paul Cross, easy for Ospina. Under pressure immediately from Walker. Now it's with Ramsey. Forward, looking for Aubameyang, but Kompany's there ahead of Aubameyang. Aubameyang tries to win it back. Now it's with De Bruyne, tripped by Xhaka. Free kick.
Just got the wrong side of Xhaka. Could have got a yellow card for that. So De Bruyne was away from him. Aubameyang, discuss his hold-up play.
I don't think
Company is just nipping in ahead of him.
he is a little bit. I don't think that's his game.
No, it's the ball over the top, isn't it?
What Aubameyang has got is fantastic pace and fantastic finishing ability, and sometimes the two don't go hand in hand. We've seen players that have got great pace, can't finish, and other way round. Aubameyang's got it both. What he can't do is back to goal stuff for me. Well, it's not that he can't do it. It comes to the free kick from Manchester City. He's just not, his USP, is he?
But he's looking always. And Lacazette does it too. He's looking just to spin off that last defender, make that run in behind. And in fairness to Arsenal, a couple of times, Ozil's picked up a couple of those runs. Certainly got the pace to beat City's defence, and the ball is right. First touch is right to get him away from that defender.
2 minutes of added on time here at the end of the first 45 at Wembley. Manchester City lead Arsenal by a goal to nil. And Arsenal have possession with Hector Bellerin looking for the ball over the top for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Can he take it down? That's so close.
Yeah, there it is again. There it is again. There Arsenal were looking for that. That's obviously a tactic. Aubameyang knows to go. Bellerin, lovely little floated pass, a little bit of glove on it. Half a yard shorter, and he's going to get his first touch on that.
I'm going to put it out there that he will get an opportunity like that. I know he's sort of had one already, but I think we'll get one over the top with Aubameyang. I've talked of his finishing ability. We'll see if he can live up to it. Mark says Xhaka doesn't have the bottle for the big game today. He needs to improve or make way for someone who can make the passes. Cracking commentary as always, guys. Thanks for the great work.
He's got the bottle. Let's be fair to him. He's got the spirit. He's got the bottle.
He has been a little bit off today, hasn't he? Here is Wilshere, and again the challenge comes in on Wilshere. This time from Danilo. Play continues. Sane could be in, but Ospina will get there.
It's a foul. How is that not a foul? I say that, and I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm saying that. I need to look at the replay, but it looked for all the world like that's a foul.
Gundogan coming forward for Manchester City. David Silva calling for it. This is Leroy Sane over on the left-hand side. Sane will look to knock it back to Gundogan once again. And now back towards Danilo, who we think fouled Jack Wilshere, but nothing doing. Manchester City, it would appear, seem content to play out this added on time in that central area. Really drive on and look for a second with half-time approaching. Final few seconds of the opening period as the ball goes back towards Ospina. This could be the last touch of the first half. It is. It's the first half that sees the boys troop into the dressing room. A goal down, Chris. Sergio Aguero with a ball over David Ospina after a ball over the top that he just maybe had better strength potentially than Shkodran Mustafi.
I think Mustafi's starting position was wrong. Adrian and David on the breakdown, and Nigel back in the studio have a view on that as well. I think Mustafi was at fault. We've had a few half chances. The delivery's not been right for me, Dan. I think get that delivery right and we can hurt City.
Nigel, as we hand back to you and David, half-time here. Unfortunately, Manchester City lead by a goal to nil.
Dan, Chris, thank you very much indeed. Back to Wembley very soon indeed for the second half. We were saying in the studio, the boys were saying there on commentary, I think that first half can be summed up with the phrase, how was that not a foul?
Yeah.
Not just on one occasion.
No, and well, you can just see by the numerous times that Jack's been on the floor. I mean, they've got really physical with us. I think we approached the game right in the first, even the first maybe 30 minutes. I know they had the goal in between that. But the game plan was, to contain them, but still be able to go and play. And we pushed our fullbacks on. Unfortunately, we've seen Nacho have to come off and Saïd has come on, which is fine because he's been pushing on down the left. I just think we haven't had enough possession in that key area, in the sort of Mesut Ozil number 10 sort of area to create chances. But Aubameyang's been running behind. We said that. He would try and exploit that. He will get on the end of one of these passes. He's only just missed out on two right at the end of the first half.
Great tackle from Kyle Walker first.
Yeah, and then we saw a recovery from Vincent Kompany earlier on. We had the chance for Aubameyang. I think it could have been a bit sharper early on in the game when Bellerin put that ball across. We could have been in a better position. So from a game point of view, I think the game plan is right. I think it's a decent system. Just really poor on the goal. I mean, the guys there mentioned starting positions. Mustafi has worked his way back to pick Aguero up as the ball is, is not in play. And then he's took up a position 5-6 yards in front of Aguero, which is, when you're a defender, you're taught to get your set position, and as the goalkeeper runs up to take his goal kick, or the defender the big clearance, you then drop off so you can attack the ball. So he's dropped off to attack the ball, but Aguero's clever, and he stood there.
He stood his ground.
He stood his ground. In the rules, within the rules of the game, there was an arm and a look. So I know as a player, he knew what he was doing.
So for you, that wasn't a foul, but he could go
It's
either way.
gamesmanship a little bit. It's a little bit of gamesmanship. It's very clever. You wait for players around you to make mistakes. Ian Wright used to wait for a defender to just follow the ball a little bit before he made his initial run, because at that point, that's where you get your yard and a half. So he's very clever, and he got it. And you've got to say it was a great finish.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at the stats for the first half. Here's how they stack up. There's the important one at the top of the screen there. 7 shots to our 3. We've had more shots on target though, and possession. They've got the greater percentage at the moment as well, David.
Yeah, I mean, a sort of 7-8% swing either way is minimal, really. I don't think that's a big lead in the game, as it were. But looking at that, 2 shots on target, they've only got the 1. They was more clinical. So I said to you before in the pre-match show, got to take our chances. That one that Aubameyang just got tackled just prior to, I think it was Kyle Walker, just got in front of him.
We were shouting, how did he miss that? And then you saw it's actually
great tackle. But they're the ones at the end of the day when he'll think, if I only moved a yard earlier. But then we noticed possibly just slightly offside on that one. So would VAR have picked him up? We don't know.
There are some positives to come from the first half. You were impressed with Jack Wilshere, weren't you?
Yeah, definitely. I thought, looking at the team, the lineup to start with, I've always had a problem with having 2 defensive midfield players. You know, right back into the Flamini Arteta days, I think that at some point you need to be released, because when you're playing the best teams, you need the minimal players defensive and the most attacking if you're going to score goals against them, especially Jack. And I thought today he would have sat back and let Aaron go and just be the man. But as it turns out, Mesut Ozil with less than 20 passes in the first half as well, hasn't been in the game much. And it's been Jack who stepped up, been getting the ball in all the little areas, and when he's not got a pass on, he's thinking, I'll just drive past that player, drawing fouls and getting himself in the game. So I've been very, very impressed with Jack. Yeah, very impressed.
Let's have a look at the stats from our friends at Opta. We've got a map here to show you. I think we've got that available. This is talk us through this, David. You picked out Jack here.
Yeah, so this is just our average positions, and you know, obviously Arsenal on the left. You can see that they've set out with a back 3, but the fullbacks have just pushed on. It's not a line of 5. Man City have gone with a pretty similar lineup. They've got all their 4 players lined up across the midfield. But what we've done is, and I said, Jack's pushed on and left Xhaka in that perfect defensive midfield position, just doing the job he needs to do, try and sit in front of Aguero. And it's allowed Arsenal to basically release 4 players forward. You take one of those players out, you take Jack and put him back down there, and then Manchester City's defenders just swallow up our players, so they can afford to go man-to-man on Mesut Ozil. And at the moment, I think, you know, Ozil's their main man they're targeting to see out of the game. So within that formation, Jack really needs to get as much of the ball as he can as high up to be able to affect play.
I've always mentioned this in commentary, giving the ball away in dangerous positions is something Adrian mentioned in the breakdown and the build-up. So this is where you can't do that against Man City.
It's been a key feature of some of Arsenal's defending in recent times. And right at the start of the game, we saw Sane just get the better of Hector Bellerin. Hector Bellerin dived in a little bit. I think Fernandinho went on a run. Now it's 2v1. Mustafi intercepts at that point. Now that's the time as to think, I'm a defender. I've got Sane, Aguero and Fernandinho breathing down my neck. I'm not going to try and play a pass, am I? A little 5-yarder, I'm going to get rid of it. But no, they try the little 5-yarder. And it's a mentality, because they play football whatever position they're on in the pitch. But I think sometimes that out ball is a good ball. And if we do it, and it goes in the right area, we've seen, if it gets over the fullback or into a William runners. And as the guys mentioned, it's a good pressure reliever. It also makes the other team ask questions. No, they might hit us in behind. We can't squeeze right up now. So, you know, sometimes you've got to mix it up and you can't take chances.
So one of those hopefully will come off for us with Aubameyang in the second half. We'll wait and see. We're going to take a break briefly and do some word association, some Carabao Cup word association with the Arsenal first team.
Chelsea, and it was a tough game.
Solid performance.
Chelsea, took 2 games.
Wembley.
Special.
Winning.
Final. Been Wembley a few times. Our record's good and winning that winning feeling. Great bonding, good chemistry, all together.
Togetherness.
Good professional environment. Special.
Electric.
The fans, the joy, the singing, the chants. Tactics, organising stuff before the game.
Game.
Focus.
Team. Serious.
Thorough. All as one, seeing how we're going to go against the opponents.
Preparation. Focus.
Game mode.
Spine tingling.
Pride. Honour. Representing your team. On this thing.
Important.
Amazing. Behind us, the 12th man.
Passion. Happiness. Results.
I want it. We want more. We want to win more.
Happy.
After
Crazy.
that heartwarming feeling of achievement and excited.
Winning.
Creating memories. What we stand for. What Arsenal is.
Arsene Wenger.
Okay, thanks, chaps. Some Carabao Cup word association for you there. We're back to Wembley for the second half in just a second. Poor Nacho Monreal got injured in the first half. Sead Kolasinac comes on, but this is a big opportunity for Sead, isn't it? Boys were mentioning he sort of got off to a flying start with us when he signed, and everyone was going, well, this guy's going to really scare the opposition. We saw that, didn't we, in his early matches. Got the nickname the Tank as well. Dropped off slightly as the season's gone on. We don't know the extent of Nacho's injury at this stage, but, you know, in a cup final, this is a massive opportunity to make that place your own.
Yeah, I mean, he can come on straight away and make an impact. From this game's perspective, yes, he's got good legs and he's strong, and it's the perfect position for him, you know. And I think looking at like what we said with that average position map, he's going to be given an advanced position whenever he can take it up there. So if it's on, he'll be allowed to go into it, which is good for him. But yeah, you're right. He needs to raise his game a little bit. Started off flying, everybody's expecting. He has flattened off a little bit. I think he's had 19 Premier League games now, 17 starts, and he started the first 8 or 9 like that, and it's gone a little bit just plateaued. But this is a perfect opportunity for him, and if he does well today, and Nacho is not available, and he has been important for us lately, Nacho, then he could take the confidence from today's game into the Premier League games that he's going to have to fill in for Nacho till the end of the season. And then, who knows, he might make the place his own, just like Bellerin did when Debussy had that injury. But obviously I wish that Monreal's back next week, because he's the most consistent player, defensive-wise, I believe we've had in the past few months.
Yeah, he has had a great season for us. He's got goals in him as well, but so has Sead. He scored some crackers.
We saw when he came on, straight away he came on and he had a little... He got put in, didn't he? I think it with him in. And I think the guys on the commentary felt that it was maybe a poor first touch. I think the ball was slightly behind him, so he's tried to drag it with his right in front of him, and then it's been heavy. But straight away he's in the box. He's 8 yards away from goal, 10 yards away from goal. So yeah, good opportunity for him today, as you said.
Let's have a look at some of the tweets that you've been sending in through the first half. Hashtag AFCVMCFC is the hashtag if you'd like to use that. You can use the Arsenal Nation hashtag as well if you like. We'll pick them all up and we'll share them with you. At the Nat Thompson, I think this this is, or Nat Thompson 14. Thanks for getting in touch. Anyways, 1 down, time to respond. Keep going at Arsenal. Yes, never give up, never give up. At Sham Eyes says it's not over yet. Come on, Arsenal. At Cybaby Official, thanks for your tweet. Come on, we can bounce back, boys. Well, we can. I mean, 1-0 at half time. It's not the end of the game, is it? By any stretch.
A lot of these players have experienced, coming from behind in finals. Look back to the Wigan. I mean, that was. You don't get any worse start than that. But I don't think they're out of the game. I don't think just because we're 1-0 down, we're certainly not out of the game. We looked at them stats; they're pretty even. In fact, more so in Arsenal's favour. Xhaka needs to tidy up on the deliveries. We both picked that up. Recently he's been hitting them. I don't know whether it's a bit of nerves, where he's just a bit under pressure because he knows that it's really important. But we've seen a couple hit a bit long, and then he tried to take 1 or 2 clubs off it, and it ended up being a pitching wedge. He's just got to find the right balance and be settled in there. But for me, key is to get Mesut in the game, because at the moment he's a frustrated figure out there. And credit to Manchester City, because we don't always give them credit for what they do defensive-wise. We talk about their offensive play. But when you don't see your best player, or potentially one of your best ball players on the ball, there's a reason for that. It's because the other team are defending well and doing their jobs well. So credit to Man City for that.
Yeah, taking them out so far. First half in the dressing room then. What does the manager say? I mean, we know Arsene Wenger doesn't really play a lot at half-time, but he does sort of, in the final 5 minutes of the break, he'll give a few instructions. What would the boss, do you think,
I think
say?
one of the words would definitely be focus, because it's an Arsene Wenger mantra, isn't it? And they do need to do that, because they can't be thinking, we've got to do something different now. Just focus on the game plan. It is working. It's just an opportunity and a mistake that someone made. So we can get over that. It's not a catastrophic team performance. The system's working. We're getting ball in advanced positions. We've had decent opportunities. If we do the same second half, exactly the same, we don't make no mistakes and we take one chance, we're back in the game. That's what the manager would be saying. So believe in yourselves, and also 1 or 2 players just try and relax, because you're doing all right.
Mertesacker, Elneny, Maitland-Niles, Iwobi, Welbeck, check if we need it. They're the options on the bench. We've made one substitution already, of course. Do you see any of those featuring in the second half, and if so, who and when?
Yeah, well, when is dependent on result, injuries, fatigues. So I can't say when, but I would certainly expect to see Danny Welbeck come on the pitch. I can't see a position for Alex Iwobi at the moment, because Aaron Ramsey's doing okay. As I said, Jack's doing very well. I don't think the manager would swap Iwobi for Ozil, in the fact that I think Ozil's always got it in his locker that if he finds a pocket of space out of the frustrated game, then he'll do something. So Welbeck will be my man.
Okay, all right, then we'll wait and see what happens. The good news is, as far as you're concerned, David, is your score prediction still could become a possibility. 2-1 to the Ajax, so we need 2 goals in the second half. One from Aubameyang, one from Welbeck. That'd be fine, wouldn't it? Okay, let's head back to Wembley, and fingers crossed for a great result in the Carabao Cup Final 2018. Dan, Chris, all yours.
Welcome back to Wembley. The 2 teams have just emerged from the tunnel. Will be underway with the second half very shortly indeed. Sergio Aguero, of course, with the only goal in the game so far. And as Chris pointed out, in the first half, he did score in that semi-final before Arsenal managed to come storming back to win it to one Nacho Monreal with the equaliser around about 8-9 minutes after Sergio Aguero had scored. Nacho's not on the pitch now, but we've got to try and do something differently. Or do we go on the same train in this second half? What are your thoughts?
We've made one sloppy mistake at the back. It's cost us a goal. I think my concern about the goal, not just Mustafi, was the distance between him and the other 2 centre-backs. There was no one with enough recovery pace, recovery time to get in and make the challenge. For one guy to run through the part of your 3-man defence is pretty unforgivable. That aside, played pretty well. Very focused, very disciplined, very tenacious. Lost the ball a couple of times through Xhaka. So yeah, more of the same, and let's hope for better delivery from set pieces and a bit more luck from Aubameyang when he makes those runs through the middle.
Sane looking to come forward here for Manchester City, but Jack Wilshere is there, and Wilshere has run a very good first half. Let's hope that continues. The ball is thumped long towards Aubameyang, but that's easily defended by Manchester City. This is Kompany. Aubameyang can't get there, and it's thumped away, and it's out for a throw-in But that's something that Aubameyang can give you as well, to put pressure on the Manchester City backline. Doesn't have to win every single aerial ball, doesn't have to go over the top all the time, but his pace can worry defenders.
That's right, and he just hurried Company into that clearance there. It's gone out of play, we get the ball back. You're absolutely right.
Here is Hector Bellerin, he's lost out. Sergio Aguero is coming forward. Chambers pulls him back. That's going to be a yellow card here to Callum Chambers.
Careless. He gets away from you so quick, Aguero. He's just got the wrong side of Chambers there. Need to pull him back as another defender in, just across to come across with a challenge. But Callum didn't know that, didn't take any chances, took a yellow card. He's on thin ice now.
So another Arsenal player that goes into the book here.
How many is that? 3? Is it 3?
Ramsey's got 3, isn't it? Yeah. Bellerin, Ramsey, and now Callum Chambers. Free kick, left-hand side, just 10 yards away from the angle of the box. Right-hand side as Arsenal will defend it. Left as City attack it. David Silva leaves it for De Bruyne. Scoops it inside the box. It might fall towards the back post. It comes off an Arsenal boot and out for a Manchester City corner.
Yeah, I think it's an Arsenal head. Might be Xhaka there. Got the flick on. Did just enough. Otamendi's coming in behind him, so it's an important header to get. That's the kind of delivery we need, you know.
Malila Tariq says, come on Gunners, we can still do this. And John says, so much for stopping Aguero. In comes the corner, and the attempted volley by Otamendi is no good. Then Danilo chips it back to the far post. Sane knocks it down, and then the shot through a crowd of players from Vincent Kompany goes out for another corner via an Arsenal boot.
Yeah, who was that throwing themselves? I think it was Koscielny throwing himself at the shot. Kompany there, very unlucky. So Spina's not going to get that, and we needed a little bit of luck.
John goes on to talk about the fact that Nacho's gone off, and there's our man in form at the moment when it comes to goal scoring. Short corner, David Silva towards Gundogan, chips it back towards David Silva, just can't control. Nice idea, but David Silva unable to control that one as Gundogan tried to play him in.
Couldn't help noticing you said Vincent Kompany. Is that the right way?
It is for today.
Yeah. Did we agree, everyone? Vincent or Vincent?
Well, I'm an Aubameyang.
Oh, really?
What can he do?
Okay, well, let's let the fans decide.
Okay.
Vincent or Vincent?
David Ospina has the ball, though. He's giving it straight to De Bruyne. Now he's with David Silva. This is Danilo, left-hand side, gets towards the byline. Looks to fire it back towards De Bruyne inside the penalty area. Shows too much to Bellerin, who will clear. Now he's with Walker, short for Aguero, right-hand side, chip back inside the box, but that's a good block. Aguero will have to try again. Gundogan, and eventually it's come towards Danilo on this left-hand side. Back over to the right flank, Manchester City just toying with Arsenal at the moment. Walker takes the touch. Arsenal really haven't started in this second half just yet. We've had, nearly 4 minutes of it. Kompany once again. Otamendi. Now it's with Fernandinho.
Similar to the first half, really. City just dominating the ball, monopolising possession in these early stages. We need to get a foothold.
Another email from John saying, bearing in mind the Europa League draw, this is going to be our best chance of silverware. I don't know about that, you know. Arsenal's still got a great chance in the Europa League for me. Milan brings memories back of that Cesc Fabregas goal. I know we highlighted on the website, didn't we, earlier this week? Brilliant strike.
Yeah, good commentary as well. I remember your commentary still. Up against Gattuso, round Gattuso. Wonderful. I'm a big fan.
Here is Chambers back towards David Ospina. Left-footed.
Arsenal just messing about there a little bit there. And I think there's a bit of a knock. Is that Fernandinho?
It's Fernandinho that's got a bit of trouble here.
He's kicked the ball out himself so he can get some treatment. But Arsenal just getting back into it a little bit after the pretty ropey start to the second half. It was similar to the first half, wasn't it? Just Arsenal just taking their time to regroup.
One or two emails in while we've got a stoppage here. Tony is in Spain, says, hate to say, schoolboy defending, good centre forward thinking, standing his ground. Mustafi was out of position, full stop. There is still time to change things. This is the Arsenal
says Anthony. And Satai says, love the commentating as usual, but I don't know about you, but I don't believe the defending was shown on the pitch. Schoolboy error for me, as Mustafi was very tame in claiming that he was fouled. Aguero just held his ground and does what he does best against us, and that's finish. We should be level with that chance from Oba, but we are shooting ourselves in the foot with poor defending and poor giveaways in our half, not to mention Monreal could have been off for diving. We just need to cut out those errors and impose our game. We need to make more of our set plays. Not one delivery has found its target. What I do know, though, is that we have to score the next goal.
Yeah, I think we agree with that. Satai.
And this is from Takumi. It's listening to our commentary on Arsenal app in Japan. It's midnight here. Disappointed that we're 1-0 down, but I believe that we're still in the game. Don't lose hope. Come on, you gunners. And Takumi says, sorry for my bad English. Your English absolutely perfect.
Really good, Takumi, and thanks for staying up. Hopefully they can deliver for you.
Perfect English. Nice to hear you from Japan.
Hope Takumi's got a lie-in tomorrow. I really do.
Let's hope so, yeah.
Late night tonight, early start tomorrow.
This is from John says, Man City, not as good as usual. Shouldn't we be doing better? That's a good question, because I think that's true about City not playing as they usually can. Fernandinho is coming off, incidentally, and the player who's coming on is Bernardo Silva. Now, that's going to be a bit of a change of lineup, is it? David Silva drop into the middle, maybe?
He's gone over to the right.
Oh, so yeah, Bernardo Silva.
Maybe De Bruyne will drop in. De Bruyne's dropped in, I think.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he? He's playing a little bit further back. It's interesting. A bit of an enforcer off. Very good winger on. Should we be playing better against what many were talking about at half-time? Listening to one or two of the journalists in the press room saying City are a little bit off their game today.
I think we should, but I've said it a few times now, but when we've had those moments, the chance to get a good ball into the box, it just hasn't quite been there in terms of the accuracy. And I think if we can deliver on that front, end of the ball from the Ox last year, Nacho Monreal in the semi-final. We need better delivery from wide positions and from set plays.
Gundogan breaking forward, looking for the run of David Silva. Too many Arsenal players back. This is Mesut Ozil for the Gunners. Looks to play it to this right-hand side and Hector Bellerin, but he clips the heels of Sane, and that's a free kick to Manchester City, and they play it quickly, and Sane gets forward on the left-hand side. Bellerin's out of position. Strong challenge from Chambers, and the ball goes out of play for a corner.
Yeah, Sane, quick thinking there to take that free kick quickly. Bellerin wasn't getting back in position, so Chambers came across. It's sloppy there. Arsenal weren't switched on there.
Dave Kilpatrick says, why does Ospina insist on those short throws? It's got us into trouble quite a few times. There was one or two poor ones, but I think he has mixed it up a little.
Yeah, and you understand why they're trying to build from the back, because we haven't got someone like Giroud up front to hold the ball up. So you don't want to just give the ball straight back to City.
Oh yeah, Ozil with an odd-looking clearance that nearly fell to a Manchester City player. As it is, Arsenal try and come forward here, and they might be able to get away with Aubameyang coming forward here to use his space. Bravo's come and completely missed it, but Aubameyang can't get there, and in fact he fouls Claudio Bravo. Arsenal just for a second had a glimpse of the goal. It's the right decision in the end, but that is Bravo all over. He's an accident waiting to happen.
Didn't need to come either. I think the defender was level with Aubameyang, but he decided to come out, and that sometimes confuses defenders. Walker's there. I think it's Walker who's come across. He could have dealt with that. Bravo's come steaming out. He can't use his hands because he's outside the box, and he just caused absolute mayhem there.
This is Chambers. Mustafi didn't realise that Aguero was on him, and he's back towards David Ospina. He's cleared only to Sane inside the box, and then Chambers tries the acrobatic clearance, and he doesn't really catch it. Mustafi puts it up into the air. It's all a bit scrappy from both sides at the moment.
Arsenal just making their own problems there. You don't need to knock it around in the back when it's 3 City players against 2 defenders. We saw that Mustafi back to check in the game at Swansea, was it? Yeah. Okay, Czech should have done better, but you know that came from just hesitating at the back and dwelling on the ball. Ospina's put under similar pressure there. Luckily, he got that one away, but goodness me, City do not need a helping hand.
Mike Renner says, I'm not watching but listening in, says it sounds like we need to make a tactical change. I'm sure the boss will go to 4 at the back at some stage if we're still a goal down in the last 20.
Yeah,
we'll do that.
I think that's true. I think we may see a Wovey for Chambers, something along those lines.
Yeah, absolutely. David Silva knocks it in field towards Leroy Sane. Sane goes down, referee penalises Mustafi, free kick.
Oh, that's, you know what, in a way that's no more than Aguero did to Mustafi in the first half of the goal. He just stood his ground. See that again, yeah, he's lent in, wants to get there first.
The problem, I mean, he's nowhere near the ball, is he, Mustafi?
That was Aguero.
Well, that's true. But it's similar type of body shape, definitely. Free kick just a yard outside the box, maybe 2. The left-hand side, De Bruyne standing over this one. David Silva just to his right, 4 or 5 yards back. De Bruyne just looks like he's lining this one up, doesn't he?
Fancies this top left.
Well, he can go either corner. There are only 4 players in the Arsenal wall. It looks a little odd, that Arsenal wall, to me. Let's see what De Bruyne can do here. 2 City players in there. He's blasted towards the City players, but they can't get out of the way quick enough. Although they do win it over on that right-hand side with Kompany. And he's managed to find a way through and to get the cross in and the block eventually, and it goes out for a corner.
Well, the idea of that City free kick, we're right behind the trajectory of the ball, is that De Bruyne smashes it towards the top right, and the City players get out of the way, and he hit it straight at a City player. Bounced off a City player, and they get the ball. They got the second ball first. Company's one on the corner, but one from the training ground didn't quite come off.
So right wing corner, De Bruyne will take. Oh, that's clever here. Gundogan with a shot, comes through a crowd of players, takes an inflation, goes in. Kompany is claiming it, and Manchester City have got a. Well, that was something from the training ground, I reckon, because when the corner was taken, it was pulled back towards Gundogan, who took the shot on. He went into the crowded penalty area, and obviously Kompany has steered it beyond David Ospina, who was left wrong-footed. City double their lead. It is Manchester City 2, Arsenal 0.
Yeah, it looks like a well-worked goal. Corner pulled back to the edge of the box, and it's just about Kompany getting that foot in first, but diverts it past Ospina once it comes back into the box.
Oh, hang on. Well, Sane's offside.
Sane's offside.
But surely, is he not in the line of sight of the keeper?
No.
Oh, I don't know, you know. That to me is offside. That is offside. That's offside. That's offside. That has to be offside. He's in the. When the first shot is taken, it's in the line of sight. Oh. You think? I think so. You're not having. I
don't think he's in the line of sight.
He's standing between the keeper and the last ender. When Gundogan takes the shot on, not when Kompany takes the shot. When Gundogan takes the shot, Sane's in an offside position between Gundogan and David Ospina. We'll have to have another look. We only ever see it once on our Wembley replays here. We need you guys as well to tell us, studio@arsenal.co.uk, not necessarily when Kompany prods in, but when Gundogan takes the first shot. That would be my argument. Here is Kompany breaking forward again, and Arsenal with Ospina managed to pounce on it on that occasion.
Just look down at the subs who are warming up for Arsenal. Iwobi, I think that is going through what looks like the most vigorous of warm-ups. I think Welbeck is down there as well. Certainly going to be a change pretty soon, you'd think. What, an hour gone?
Long pump forward by David Ospina, looking here for Aubameyang, but Walker is there. Long punt forward, but Arsenal have it covered. An hour gone here, and Manchester City lead by 2-0. As Danilo jumps with Wilshere. Sane battles with Chambers. David Silva has it. Chambers again looks to hook it to safety. This is Gundogan. Is cleared as far as Walker. City emailed him prior to that second goal saying that Arsenal still need to play to win, still in the game. Suggesting that Aubameyang looking a little bit too isolated. Yeah, I'll take that. Flag is up on the far side as the Gunners look to come forward through Ramsey.
Yeah, Ramsey was looking across the line and he thought he'd beaten the trap. Maybe the pass just a bit too delayed. Half an hour to go. It's not over, is it? Tell me it's not over.
Well, there's, as you say, half an hour remaining here. And
the worry for me is that those little half chances, those little openings we had in the first half where City looked a little bit rattled, hasn't really happened so far in the second half. It's only 15 minutes old. But City have looked the most likely.
Here is David Silva. Now it's with Aguero. Rather Gundogan rather tries to, and then it's all the way back for Claudio Bravo.
Tough game for Aubameyang. He is isolated, but that's the way we were going to play today.
Yeah, that's sort of by design, isn't it?
Yes. So it's going to be a 5-4-1. Ozil playing in a deeper role, and the ball over the top hasn't come off for us so far.
Bernardo Silva come forward now for Manchester City. Walker on the right-hand side. Here is Walker. Back towards De Bruyne. De Bruyne into the penalty area, still going forward, gets to the byline, pulls it back across here. Two City players inside the box, none of them can get there. Arsenal have it and look to try and counter here. Mesut Ozil plays it to the right-hand side. Aaron Ramsey's going to have to chase it down to keep it in play. It's a poor ball from the German. Takes it away from Danilo, then plays it forward here for Mesut Ozil. Wilshere on the move. Aubameyang wants it as well. Shot now for Xhaka. Aubameyang trying to stay on side, tries to curl it back in field, but too many City players there.
Xhaka's chosen the wrong pass there. It's just the execution of the pass there. He's got 4 or 5 options, and he's just lifted it into the City player. That's the frustration down. I think we've had those little moments. Yeah, crucial final ball, that moment in the final third hasn't happened for us. And just back to the point about Aubameyang being isolated, well, I guess that's going to change soon. We'll have to make a change. We'll leave a hole at the back. But that's the gamble you have to take.
Yeah, it will be 4 at the back pretty soon because Danny Welbeck is about to come on. John says, I like the effort that Arsenal show and the energy that we show, but suggesting that the referee's not having a great game. He pulls apart challenges, but not City's. He lets them go during the commentary. That's from John.
I think he's been alright, hasn't he? No major complaints. I mean, he could have booked Nacho for what you might call a dive in the first half.
David Silva. Now it's with Sergio Aguero breaking forwards here for Manchester City. He's got Sane to the left-hand side. Bernardo Silva calling for it. Here is Bernardo Silva. Plays it to the left-hand side and Leroy Sane. Sane inside the penalty area. Drives to the byline. Can he stand one up here? Takes the touch. Comes back inside. Still has it. Prods it through. Good defending. Arsenal will clear. It was Mustafi, I think, inside his own 6-yard box that cleared. Only as far as Bernardo Silva again. Now it's with Danilo. Thought about the shot. The Brazilian still has it. This is David Silva inside the penalty area. 3-0. Manchester City running riot here. They have got a third, and it will take something incredible now for Arsenal to get anything from this game. 65 minutes on the clock, and it's Manchester City 3, Arsenal 0.
It's a really good finish. Jack Wilshere's chasing and chasing and chasing, but can't get there. And a ball down the left-hand channel. Silva with a nice turn, and the finish is really, really good. But there's enough defenders in that box to hopefully deal with that problem. And we haven't dealt with it. Just looking at Silva, he's just quicker, he's just more alert, he's looking for the turn, looking to get in behind. Is it Chambers? It is Chambers. He just turns Chambers, gets the wrong side of him. The finish is unerring.
Silva beats David Ospina. City have a third, and they have on both hands on the Carabao Cup at the moment, and to wrestle them from that piece of silverware, Arsenal are going to have to do something extraordinary. We've restarted. Danny Welbeck is on.
Yeah, is it Chambers?
And the play that's come off is Mustafi, I think, is it?
No, Mustafi's there.
No. Sorry, it's Chambers. Sorry, it is Chambers, yeah. So back four now, Bellerin, Mustafi, Koscielny and Kolasinac. And then it will be sort of Ramsey and Xhaka holding. Wilshire's moved to the sort of right-hand side. Welbeck's going to play left, Ozil in behind Aubameyang in more of a 4-2-3-1, I guess you might call it. Miguel's not happy, saying let's make no excuses for offsides or fouls. We're an awful team, and at the moment goes into a bit of a diatribe about manager and board and so on, but not happy.
We talked about Arsenal being compact in the first half, bar that mistake. Have they been too loose in the second half? Is that the difference, or has City stepped up? What do we think?
I think Arsenal haven't been as good, and I think City haven't had to do too much, unfortunately, to get another couple of goals here. I thought the first one had a shade of fortune. We didn't mark Gundogan, and talk about the offside all day long, obviously. The officials have deemed it not. They're having a look at it with VAR, of course, but you know, the last one there, that's just poor defending, isn't it? And to allow David Silva to get in that position and to score, there are so many opportunities to try and prevent that goal, and Arsenal haven't done it at any stage. And
there's a lot of defenders in the box, isn't there? And there's two City players in the box.
You can't get turned in that sort of area, can you? Inside the penalty area, 10 yards from your goal. This is De Bruyne, Manchester City coming forward again. Aguero over on the right-hand side, blue and white flags waving in the cold Wembley air away to our left. The Arsenal fans subdued just in front of us and to our right at the moment. Something we haven't really experienced at Wembley for quite some time, this, because we've been excellent in the cup finals and the semi-finals that we've been to, against Manchester City included, but the Premier League champions-elect are cruising here. They have had most of the ball in this second half as well. I think that's been an issue as well, Chris. We haven't seen Arsenal really in advanced positions for any sustained amount of time.
Yeah, the first half we had Jack driving on. Maybe Jack's lost a little bit of energy. What he gave in the first half, some tired legs there perhaps. He was really driving us on, getting us into some dangerous territory in the first half. Didn't make that count. So I think every Arsenal fan would accept that City can have more of the ball in this game. When we did have the ball, could we use it? Could we be efficient with it? The scoreline tells you that we haven't. And you can't argue with the spirit. You never can really on these big occasions. Arsenal turned up. City's quality was told.
Well, it's a different shape. Let's see what Arsenal can do here now with this 4-2-3-1 as Bellerin comes forward on the right-hand side, shows too much to Danilo and gets the challenge in. Adrian Lynn says, Adrian from New York, been a supporter since I was 10, which is back in the mid-90s. I hate to say that this, I think we deserve a season like this. It's time for a change. It's always good. We need a new direction. And Nina says, symptomatic the whole season. Dreadful, dreadful performance. This is Aguero racing forwards here. Kolasinac gets goal side. He's still got it, Sergio Aguero, but Moslin comes in and eventually wins the ball back off the Argentine. Arsenal have him over on that left-hand side. Just behind Mesut Ozil, who's just had a bit of an off day today. Gundogan, edge of the penalty area, stopped eventually. Now it's with Mesut Ozil and Hector Bellerin on this right-hand side. Mesut Ozil has it once again. Over the halfway line, Arsenal look to come forward.
You said that as if it was an achievement.
Ozil. Ramsey, Ozil goes again here, tries to thread it through towards Aubameyang, but he made the move too soon, and De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva look to come forward for Manchester City. Welbeck initially does well, and then Koscielny is there to clear, but the referee has halted play, I think, here for an Arsenal free kick, has he?
The Inks is going to, probably beginning already, in hindsight, and of course there's 2020 vision in hindsight. El Neni, unlucky not to start this game, to have a genuine defensive midfielder.
Potentially. I mean, I like Arsenal playing the back four anyway, but I wouldn't goes to Forest 8, the scoreline wouldn't be any different. This is Sane breaking forward inside the penalty area, and David Ospina slides outside of his 6-yard box to collect. I don't think it's necessarily as simple as Elneny.
I'm just saying, have Xhaka and Ramsey been too easy to bypass in the midfield?
Maybe, but I think you've got to look at defensive mistakes for the goals rather than, you know, anything chronically wrong with what's happened in midfield today. I'm not saying that Arsenal's midfield has been excellent, because he hasn't. You might have a point, because Ramsey Wilshere will always look to play on the front foot, and there's not enough protection there. But when you consider the goals, would have Elneny done anything about any of them? I mean, if you play a back three, Elneny wouldn't have been in that position where Mustafi would have been, and then
look at this right now. So right now Ramsey is on the edge of the box with all these players so far advanced. One misplaced pass as City are honest.
Well, that's now, because we're attacking the game. We didn't really have any situations like this in the first half. Ozil crosses, but I take your point, and it's one that always comes up when you don't have a recognised defensive midfielder. And since Coquelin left, Elneny's it, isn't he? Because Xhaka isn't it?
I guess the argument is that we need a recognised defensive midfielder, but also a top class one. You know, somebody warrants a place at the side.
But also, you've got to play that way, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know, you've got to set up. Well, you've got to set up and say, right, this is my defensive midfielder. And if you play with a defensive midfielder, I don't think you can play a back three, can you? Like, it seems a bit odd. If you play a back three,
I think you can. I think you can if you want your wide men to really push on.
Yeah.
More movement on the Arsenal bench. Alex Iwobi is going to come on. It's going to be Aaron Ramsey who's run his race. So Jack Wilshere just strolls inside to a central position alongside Xhaka.
Just back on your point, I think in a way what Arsene Wenger did, I think we've talked about this before, is if you play with a back three, one of your back three effectively is your holding midfielder, or at least you've got an extra body in for defensive duty. Yeah. And that extra body is the man in the middle. It is Shkodran Mustafi. And on the first goal he's caught out. It won't be on, as you mentioned. It is terribly disappointing and frustrating though.
To be fair to City, of course, they've stepped up in the second half. This is always a game that can run, that can be taken away from you very quickly against a good team like City. The frustration is that we've, apart from a few moments in the first half, the scoreline's never really been in doubt.
Well, Manchester City lead by 3 goals to nil. We've got 18 minutes remaining here. This is David Silva. Down by Jack Wilshere all the way back towards Otamendi. Peter Vaz says, can't believe that Xhaka, Ozil, etc. just walking around the pitch. Absolute disgrace according to Peter. We don't deserve anything from this. The only player who's looked interested is Jack Wilshere. And even Jack, I think, has been a little bit quieter in this second half.
He has. I think his legs have gone, but he hasn't got quite as much fizz as he did in the first half. I think it's a bit harsh on Ozil. I don't think he's not been
I think a little bit like Aubameyang, he's been a bit isolated.
Yeah. You know, we haven't been in the position to really make the most of what he can do.
Absolutely, he's going to be an easy target after this game. And I'm not saying he's played well, because he hasn't. There's a number of that haven't. But he's not been into the game because Arsenal haven't really played to his strengths, given the position that he's expected to play today. There's Mustafi. Now it's with Tabeni. Mustafi once again. Prabjit Singh says, hi guys, we've been poor today. Xhaka's been all over the place. We're not good enough to beat City. Our only hope is the Europa League. Enjoy the commentary nonetheless.
Well, it is, yeah. And all of a sudden, that really is the only show in town, isn't it, in terms of what it could do for us in terms of a trophy, and also, of course, that Champions League position.
Kalassan actually comes barnstorming forward and then takes a heavy touch and the ball whipped away from him.
Yeah, that's been a little bit of the story of the game of us going forward. A heavy touch and then the ball not released at the right time.
Wilshere gives it away but gets another go. This is Mesut Ozil that has it now. Spins away from Gundogan, still has possession. Short now for Alex Iwobi, right hand side. Can't take it beyond Danilo, and then Sané has it for Manchester City. Sané short for Gundogan, loses out to Xhaka. Xhaka edge of the area, good effort over the crossbar.
Well, it's a good effort. He's not far away there.
He's not that far, is he? A metre away.
I think as soon as you see that go over, you couldn't have not seen that all game.
not seen that all game. You talk about almost had a chance here, almost had a chance there. Delivery not good enough, but actually that's one of the few actual shots on goal.
It's an attempt, isn't it? And the one in the first half of Aubameyang close in, the one on target.
Not sure that goes down as a shot to see, because I think Walker.
You might be right, actually. Gaz says, not watching or listening anymore, wasting my money, wasting my time and my life. Come on, Gaz, we know it can be hard sometimes. This is Welbeck, left-hand side.
I think it's us, Dan.
Suggests that Wenger should go. He says, sorry, Dan, I can't apologise enough to you, but this has to be his last game. No, just go. That's Gary Nash, not happy. If you are not listening anymore, you won't listen to them. You comment, I can understand people's frustrations. I'm quite happy to read some of them out. And Takumi's given up and gone to bed.
I'm not popular, but I'm not popular though. You don't really get popular. Hi, James. Guys, I might end the stream. Go on, what's up on the tank? What's it down? That's not Sinead. No, that isn't. That's James. I know him.
He said, talented but fluent, and he's no savvy. Well, big change. Certainly are a talented group. But I haven't put it together today.
Well, guys, I'm gonna end.
By Manchester City side that
Thanks for watching. I'll probably be live again tomorrow on that
pretty much
case.
everyone, aren't we? Obviously. They have been excellent in the Premier League, knocking over records left, right and centre. They're the favourites for the Champions League as well. This is going to be the first piece of silverware in English football from them.
Yeah, I'm gonna end, guys. Thanks for watching. Millie go and end on pod. When you stream and I'll come watch. When you stream, I'll come watch.
Really impressed me today and pretty much all season. When they lose the ball, a bit like the Barcelona side did under Pep, of course, when he was there, the energy they use to get it back.
Yeah, when you stream and I'll come watch.
David Silva there,
Yep.
David Silva's not some sort of workhorse. But he sees the ball is going to be played out wide, and Hector Bellerin has no time to settle on that ball. Yeah, we're giving it away sloppily at times, but you've got to give City a lot of credit. You know, they are 27 points clear of us for a very good reason. They're going to win the league for a very good reason. And one of those reasons is that defensively, they work so hard. They know that they win the ball back in high positions, it's easier to score goals. They don't let you rest for a second. And come on, Dan, look at that team. You know, telling me, okay, there's a couple of players who are known for their industry. Aguero works his socks off. Silva works his socks off. They're all drilled. They don't go, right, you have the ball and let you bring it out. No, they're under pressure straight away. And if you're not confident enough to play around that pressure, then you're going to struggle against City.
Welbeck coming forward, rise one, challenge brought down by Company. That's going to be a free kick and a yellow card to Manchester City's second goal scorer today. Gene says another woeful performance from a team that show no ambition to win anything. As the commentators on Sky say, our guys are just strolling in the park and are disgraceful. I don't think it's exactly like that. I don't think it's exactly like that. You speak to any professional footballer, it's very rare that players throw the towel in and don't try. They all rise. City have been good in the second half. Arsenal have been off it, yes. I'm not going to defend everything, but look,
They're certainly trying. They're just not good enough today.
Jesus coming forward now is with De Bruyne left-hand side. Jesus wants it back. He's hungry for a goal. The Brazilian inside the penalty area, cleared away by Arsenal. Xhaka, Koscielny, now it's with Hector Bellerin, short for Jack Wilshere. Wilshere away from Bernardo Silva, now it's with Alex Iwobi, tries to thread it through infield. Oh, and a loose one from Walker, and Aubameyang might be away over on the left-hand side. Xhaka was caught, Aubameyang coming forward, first time he's really had a run, plays the ball in towards Iwobi, and Bravo is there to come out. It's back out towards Ozil over on that far side. He recycles for Wilshere. Wilshere central position. Now he's with Xhaka. Has to prod it towards Bellerin. And well, it was a horrid pass and it was just a little off. And Bellerin was slightly on his heels.
Yeah, Jack didn't do
Jack added up to a throw into City.
You're right, I think Jack didn't do Xhaka any favours there. He had to stretch to make the pass and get enough pace on it to get it near to Bellerin. But Aubameyang, first time he's really had the ball at his feet. He's been a run at City. And he played a lovely little pass in there for Iwobi.
Wasn't the worst, was it?
Bravo came out quick, but that could easily have been Iwobi getting to the ball first and getting brought down from a penalty.
Yeah, Bravo's clever there because he goes with his feet. And if you go with the feet and you get the ball, sometimes, you know, you go with the hands, and even if you get the ball, you can concede the penalty sometimes, depending on the ref. Walker went down a few moments ago after a 50-50. It was a poor challenge really on Xhaka. I don't know if he got a card for it, but he's come out worse off, Walker. Charles Samek says, shocking performance. This is a final. We're playing as if it's a Sunday afternoon warm-up. No fight, passion or desire. Nina says, yes, we do love our team. We turn out in all weathers, play good money week after week. But when our team looks as though they don't care, it's that what stinks. Take your point, Nina. We want passion and fighting spirit. That's what's lacking. Outdone a game, but we have been saying that for months.
How much of that is down to the genuine lack of pace in the Arsenal team? Xhaka doesn't get around the pitch very quickly. Does that mean he just looks sluggish and doesn't care? Because I think he cares. Of course he cares.
I just think
he's as mobile as someone like, say, Kante for Chelsea.
And, you know, that's not his game. Whether you say he's got to change his game, he's got to snap into more challenges and he's got to get more energetic and do what Elneny does, but that's not his game. And if you don't want that type of play, don't put him in the starting lineup. Put someone else in who can do that. What you want is players who can do everything, and City have got quite a few of them, unfortunately. Tony Burr says, IUOS, statistically the most foul player in the Premier League, Jack Wilshere, just sharing a reason why so much has been injured so much.
Yeah, well, that's a good point, and I think Jack will say that too. And Arsene Wenger said before about how he has a provocative game. You know, he's a bit Alex Fled in that sense. They will get that touch just ahead of a defender.
Yeah, that was Fled, wasn't it?
Provokes a lot of tackles and gets a lot of those impact injuries because of it.
Tony goes on to say, Man City, honestly, just too much for us, but that's football. It is sometimes. It is. They're a good side. Marco in the Isle of Wight. We've got, 7 minutes remaining here as Iwobi goes forward inside the box, but good challenge coming in from Otamendi, cleared away only as far as Wilshere. Wilshere up against Jesus. That's another free kick, and then it's another foul on Wilshere. Marco says, loving the commentary, guys, entertaining as usual. I'm still going to be optimistic about Aubameyang and Ramsey to get us back in it.
Yeah.
P.S. is Ozil still on the pitch. Meanwhile,
Isle of Wight, I still think the Isle of Wight's overseas, you know.
They'll get your passport for the Isle of Wight.
Overseas.
Aguero and Wilshere, for some unknown reason, have just had a little bit of handbags here. Seems a bit unnecessary.
Imagine if Marco's right, 7 minutes plus stoppages. Get one here.
1979 all over again.
Get another one.
5-minute final.
Who's going to get these goals?
Alan Sunderland will get one late.
Stapleton. Arsenal fans leaving. Actually, there's a lot of empty seats in the Arsenal end.
Wilshere was just trying to take a quick free kick, and then Jesus and Aguero started some pushing. In comes the free kick, and then the referee decides to give Manchester City a free kick for some pushing inside the box. That always happens.
That is against... Who is that? That's Mustafi. That's frustrating, isn't it? And Xhaka floated that one into a dangerous area as well. That's frustrating. Maybe Marco's not going to be right.
Well, 5.5 minutes to be right, plus added on time. Jared from Texas says, isolation plagued our offensive threats today. Just pure class from City in the second half. Wenger needs to hang it up this year. We need to challenge for Europa. Missing Mickey today. Hope our luck will change soon. Mkhitaryan able to play because he played half an hour, I think, in his competition for Man United, something like that. I think he didn't play a full game. play more than one, I'm almost certain. But yeah, he will be back, of course. Well, be available for selection for the Man City Premier League game.
Almost definitely going to see him in that one. Lacazette, of course, now out for another maybe 4 weeks or so.
Yeah, he's making fair progress, is correct?
That's what the boss said. Yeah. He didn't give me the medical records, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Manchester City Thursday, bit of an odyssey for a Premier League fixture. And then, of course, Brighton at the weekend will be on the south coast. Brighton were good by all accounts yesterday. Some tough games upcoming. Leicester away, well, that's been postponed, hasn't it? We're not quite sure where that was going to be now because of their involvement in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. So that will be put back probably mid-August-ish or mid-April-ish.
Yeah, the Milan games quite soon, the 8th and the 15th, I think, of March, so they're coming up pretty soon. So that's Milan first leg after Brighton.
Yeah, they do.
Then it's Watford at home, and then Milan, 4 games in the race for top 4. Of course, the Europa League.
Yeah, Enrico Gattuso in charge of facing Milan now, of course.
Seen much in Milan this year?
I've not seen a lot of. They've got so many off-field problems that I do know. Money that was borrowed by new Chinese owners was, well, fresh air, I think. So off the field there, started badly, turned in reliably in form, the 10-game unbeaten, but they're off the pace in terms of qualifying for the Champions League in Serie A. Arsenal coming forward, it might fall towards Aubameyang. It's good defensive work here by Otamendi. The ball goes out for a corner to Arsenal.
Yeah, I think Welbeck was pretty close to that one as well. Just waiting for the ball just to reach him in the middle of the goal. Otamendi got there first. You want Welbeck to make the move to the near post there, don't you? Just come across Otamendi. Time ticking away. Down looking up Milan now on his laptop.
We get not
looking forward to the other competition already.
We start to look forward, as many of the emailers are. Takuma's been back on. Says he's still awake.
Don't check your trains to Brighton. That's not looking good at all.
Says still awake in Japan. We're very disappointed. I'm sorry, but I think Wenger has to go as well. I do respect him. He's done a great job for us, but it's time for change. Here comes the City change.
It's Aguero. But he scored against us. Back-to-back Wembley games. This time he couldn't come back. He's playing for a better team now, in fairness. City were at their best last season. Certainly not the side they are now.
Well, here's a young man with a bright future, Phil Foden, who was a real star of England's under-17 World Cup triumph in India back in the autumn. He was on the bench for the Wigan game. He actually played a full 90 for the under-19s in the UEFA Youth League in midweek. Manchester City overcoming Inter Milan on penalties. Foden involved in that. He actually missed his spot kick. But he's a young player with a big reputation that Pep Guardiola does like. He's closing Hector Bellerin down at the moment. Bellerin has to go back towards Ospina, who thumps it forward. Bounces awkwardly between Danilo and Iwobi. That's the Manchester City throw. Here is Kompany. Otamendi. Well, since the third goal, the game as a contest has been non-existent, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We could have got a goal back into it at that point. I mean, Jack has shot not far over, but we're really kind of scraping the barrel when we think about chances, half chances, near chances. I think the best you can say is we couldn't quite get the final ball in. Well, not going to beat City, are you?
Well, Nina's come back on and said, despite all my criticisms this afternoon via email, we are being beaten by a class team here, and there's no shame in that. I mean, that's true in the wider sense. Certainly, obviously, we're still disappointed because it's Arsenal. We always expect Arsenal to perform, but that is very true in the nature of the English football landscape at the moment, because City, in terms of the Premier League position, ahead and shoulders above on. This is Danny Welbeck racing forward on the left-hand side. He's got a bit of space to work with here. Can Arsenal get a consolation? Welbeck, 1 or 2 boos from the City fans for his United connections. Now it's with Wilshere. Boos for the flare-up with Aguero. Now it's Hector Bellerin who takes the shot on, but it's horribly wide.
Terrible.
there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Arsenal players in and around the City box for that. Pretty bad decision making from Hector.
3 minutes of added on time here. Julie says, key has been our passing accuracy. This has always been our trademark, even if we've been guilty of trying to walk it into goal. That's what's led us continuing down this season. At least they've tried this time, but sometimes trying isn't quite enough. Back to the training ground, but hey, at least the country's always great. That's Jules. Thanks for that, I appreciate that, but it's been disappointing. You know, sometimes you come away from defeats, you think it's been frustrating, but this is, I think, just been a disappointing day, hasn't it? I don't think frustration is.
And I think at half time.
At half time, maybe we're discussing this. You know,
well, we thought
we're in it.
We're in it
at half time,
and we didn't know that the second half would unfold this way. I think that's my disappointment. At half time, you thought, okay, we've given it a go. We're worried at times.
City have possession with David Silva. The whistle has gone here. It's going to be an Arsenal free kick down by the corner for right-hand side. It was a throw.
I mean, we're pointing you towards Adrian Clark's breakdown, which will be available on Monday, but I think that what's changed in the second half is a big question here. Did City step it up? Were we not quite as compact? Is it Jack not having the drive in him, the energy in him to push us forward as he did in the first half? Because we have been pretty toothless in the second half, has to be said.
Nick Thompson says, hi lads, listening in Santa Cruz, California, the US ESPN commentary's hopeless. What's up with the Arsenal fans? I'm sad that we're not doing well, but I've followed the team for 50 years, always been good entertainment, top entertainment, good first half, overcoming the second. Oh well, Jack seems to have been fouled a lot. Anyway, people need to be careful what they wish for on the manager front. Hopefully, we'll get a shot at the Europa League. Thanks to Jeff for the commentary. Green Pitches Live, that's Nick Thompson, who's out in Santa Cruz, California.
I like this. This is Sid. The subject team now. City are better than Arsenal.
Yeah, I can see that one.
That could be the match report.
That's the match report. Who's on match report? Is it Rob?
Yeah,
Rob, give me a nudge. Rob,
your job's done. Just send us an email.
Sid's been on. Guardiola was ruthless last season, and it's the weakness. He doesn't put some colour here. And rebuilding this offensively minded team. This is true. As we see Foden go forward off on a run. Now it's with Danilo over on the left-hand side. Flag is up. But he's right here, Sid. He says he started at the back, starting with the keeper. Need something similar at Arsenal. Needs Ospina or Czech. Good enough on centre-backs defensively who haven't been world-class for some time. We need some ruthlessness at Arsenal if we are to be contenders, let alone be winners. I mean, Guardiola did do that, and Sid makes a good point. He looked at what he had for the third season. He might have got rid of 1 or 2 first season, but some are just gone. He's brought in where he wanted to try and improve, and City have improved, and they've got their first piece of silverware here. They have beaten Arsenal by 3 goals to 0. They've just been too good here. The first half was nip and tuck. Sergio Aguero taking advantage of Shkodran Mustafi's mistake to put City in front, and then in the second half, Vincent Kompany, a well-worked corner routine after Gundogan's shot was turned home by the City captain. And then a third goal, unfortunately, from an Arsenal point of view. David Silva spinning inside the box, beating Callum Chambers, and then in turn David Ospina. City were much better in the second half.
Arsenal were pretty toothless. City stepped up again in the second half. Really impressed by them. Frustrated that we didn't follow up that first half performance. We did worry City a bit before the break. Didn't worry them at all after it. Fair result.
Yeah, look, this competition gave us a lot of fun this year. I'm going to remember the semi-finals. I'm going to remember some of the young kids that have come through. Let's take that away, maybe, Chris, from our 17-18 run in the Carabao Cup.
Absolutely. I mean, every year Arsene Wenger says this is the tournament for the next generation. The likes of Reece Nelson, the likes of Joe Willock, and of course Ainsley Maitland-Niles taking their bow. But when you get to Wembley, you bring on the big guns, you want to win the cup. We haven't won the cup. It's a sad day to be an Arsenal fan, but there's better days to come.
Absolutely. We will bounce back, and we've got City again on Thursday. Hopefully you're going to join us for that. But more discussion, chat, tweets from the gang back at Emirates as we hand you back to David. And tonight, full time here. Unfortunately, Manchester City win the Carabao Cup. They've beaten Arsenal by 3 goals to 0.
Chris, Dan, thank you very much indeed. Yeah, tough day at the office. Our producer just said to us just before the full-time whistle, good luck with this one, chaps. So, how do you sum that one up then?
Well, it's horrible because it's a defeat, and so, first and foremost, disappointment for myself personally because I wanted Arsenal to win it. Yeah. I know what the lads feel like. I've been involved in finals where we've lost. Zaragoza, I know it was a European final, but it hurts. But they got played by a better team today, and City came out second half and just turned it up a notch, targeted, in my opinion, one or two errors in the game that we'll talk about in a minute. Potential weaknesses in the Arsenal side. I think Arsenal's game plan was good enough for the first half, but with the goal deficit we had to search for something a little bit more, and when the second goal came, it becomes harder to achieve your goal at the end of the game, and City got stronger, more confident, and just let us do what we needed to do, and didn't really affect them too much.
Always say we're beaten by a better team.
Yeah, it's a really good side, and you can see why they are where they are, because they don't just play a game of football, they play the other team properly. They exploit weaknesses, they hit you when you're at your lowest, they take advantage of situations, and then they sit back when they know they can. And that's the sign of a really, really good side, a special side.
And luck was with them on the second goal. We say luck, maybe it was a deflection, wasn't it? But I mean, it's a clever set piece.
Yeah, it's well worked. They've looked at Arsenal and said, well, it's zonal defending, so we know 6 are going to be occupied. There's going to be 1 on a post, maybe 1 on the back post. So you've got 8 or 9 players going to be occupied with space, not with players. So that does leave a gap on the edge of the box, and then I think it's just something that they work on. If anyone can get a touch on it, any deviation to a shot on target, even if it's 6 inches either side of the keeper, it's difficult to react and get it. And so from my point of view, Ospina, no fault at all. I would have liked to seen someone get out to the edge of the box, or that pass not even be on straight away through organisational discipline. Wouldn't have happened in my day, but they play and defend different now.
The question of Sane being offside when Gundogan took the shot.
The initial shot, you can see the angle. He is kind of in line, but then it's coming through a crowd of players, and it's actually hit Kompany. And Sane is slightly off of him. He's definitely not in the line of vision when Kompany makes contact, because Ospina's got a clear look at the ball. I think it's debatable. It will be harsh on City. I think it would be less harsh to say that was a foul for the Aguero goal than to give that one as an offside.
3-0, you were saying, so many Arsenal defenders in the box.
5.
And Chambers was turned, wasn't he?
Ball into Silva. Chambers wrong side. Ball comes from the left-hand side of Silva. Silva's there, ball's there. Chambers needs to be here to defend properly. He's got cover from other central defenders inside. He decides to make the challenge on the left-hand side. Silva, he sees it coming. He's a clever player. They're quick. They're reactive players with them. Move it as you move. And he took it round him, but you can't take it away from him. He was pushed quite wide, and it was a fantastic finish into the bottom corner. Ospina maybe could have done something, but it was a great finish. Absolutely great finish.
Why didn't Arsenal click today?
Well, I spoke to you several times in the game, and I was just astounded by how little part in the game Mesut Ozil was having. He couldn't get on the ball, and then we looked last 10 minutes. Xhaka had pushed up into almost a forward midfield role, and Mesut had dropped all the way back to try and receive the ball. He was frustrated. I don't think it's a Mesut Ozil not getting in the right positions scenario. I think it's a Man City have played Mesut Ozil out of the game. They forced him into areas. That's clever management. Same as how they played down that left-hand side to the second half to put pressure on the player that's just been introduced to the side Chambers. I think they played a clever game.
This won't make for happy reading, but we'll read it anyway. The match stats. Let's have a look. There's the biggest one, of course, at the top. 3 goals to 0. Shots on target, though. I mean, there's
turned it right round, didn't they? That was the other way round. It was 2-1 to Arsenal first half. Yeah. So they've had 11 second half to Arsenal's 3. Yeah. So that's pretty important. That.
And the corners as well. We mentioned Arsenal being good from set pieces. Of course, their second goal came from that well-worked set piece as well. Now, you mentioned we've got a heat map to have a look at as well. And you mentioned earlier that the areas that Arsenal were undone, and Callum Chambers features in this as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's really important. I think this is probably about 10 minutes before the end of the game, so it's not quite reddened up across the centre of the pitch as it has on mine for the end of the game. But Man City down that left-hand side again. We talked about exploiting a weakness. It's that right-hand side. It's Hector Bellerin and Callum Chambers. I think they've signified identified a kind of weakness where if Bellerin pushes on, it isolates Chambers. And time after time, even right at the start of the game, when Sane got the better of Bellerin right away, they had an opportunity down there. And good players notice weak spots in the side, and they will play on it. And you've got to give them credit. Everything came from down there, and it just put more and more pressure on Callum Chambers. And I think that just culminated in that last mistake, as it were. And at the end of not a great second half. In first half, it was fine. But when they just stepped it up a gear, it's like they felt their way into the game, got a 1-0 lead, batted Arsenal off a little bit, kind of almost allowed us to think we're in it, and then switch is turned on, and they just hit you a couple of times, and they back off again. Professional outfit.
Well, the next match is against Manchester City.
No way.
And it's here at Emirates on Thursday night. We'll bring the matchday show, of course, here on Arsenal.com. There is live coverage from 7:15. Dan Roebuck and Graham Stack in the studio looking after that one. How much does today affect Thursday? You're an Arsenal player now. You know you've got to prepare for basically facing exactly the same side. You know roughly what they're going to do from the game that you played today. But how on earth do you approach that as an Arsenal player going into Thursday?
It's really difficult. I don't know if there's anything I've really experienced especially going from a final. I've played league sides back to back, sort of at the end of the season, or when you've had a fixture clog up. Back in the days when we used to get games called off in the winter because of bad pitches, so you would play back to back fixtures. You kind of just took them like a pinch of salt. But this is a big one. You're coming back from a final defeat to a team that in the league are 27 points in front of you. You're really struggling to get the points you need, and every point is a must for you at the moment to try and achieve that fourth place, all the while it's mathematically possible.
It's still mathematically possible.
Yeah,
that's what a lot of people forget.
So
that's it now.
No, it's a tough one. You know, it's not like you're looking to take points off of Man City because you're in battle with them, and then you've got the bitter taste of tonight, this evening or this afternoon still in your mouth. It's going to be hard right now to approach, and the physicalities of it as well. They've got to raise themselves again. It's tough. It's tough, but no one said the Premier League was easy, and this is what football's about. So they're just going to have to man up, shake themselves down, and go out and try their best again.
Yeah, Mkhitaryan, of course, is available for that game. I mean, do you think we missed a player like him today?
I think we missed some sort of dynamism in that sort of attacking midfield area. Where players can just go past someone and get between the lines, so that the defenders ask the question that they have to come out. We saw our defenders going, shall I go and tackle him, shall I not? We want to be asking them questions of other teams, and I don't think we asked them questions enough today.
Okay, all right then, well, fingers crossed for Thursday. A few days to work on that on your device, depending on how you listen to us. This week, it's a Carabao Cup final special. Make of that what you will. Russell Hargreaves talking to yourself, David. I'm sure you'll have plenty to say, and plenty of other guests to look forward to on that as well. The Carabao Cup final reaction on the Arsenal Weekly podcast, of course, available tomorrow. David, thank you as always for your company. Great to see you, even in the circumstances. Thank you for your company. Thanks for your tweets and reactions this afternoon as well. It's City next again on Thursday. We'll see you at 7:15 on Arsenal.com. From all of us in the meantime at Emirates Stadium this evening. Thanks for watching. Good night.